Hi, Shane from Jaggs Journeys, back for another live stream for another fortnight. I can't believe it's been 2 weeks already since we were here chatting the other week. So, yeah, 2 weeks has gone by really fast. Now, I didn't advertise this. Most of you know I'm on every second Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Queensland time. Just with my work, it's hit and miss where I get back on time. I literally got back not long ago. Had to quickly eat some new foods really quick before I jumped on here. So anyway, apologies, I'm a few minutes late for jumping on, but thanks to those that are already jumping on here. Really appreciate that. I hope everyone's had an awesome week. Yeah, just want to run through, I guess, what's happening around our theme parks here. If you guys have been to any of the parks, got some info or something cool that's happened or something you noticed, let me know in the chat. Or if you're planning a trip overseas, to a theme park or an attraction, you can let us know as well. That'll be really cool. Yeah, we've got about, what have we got, 10, 11 jumping on. Thank you, everyone, for jumping on. I know there's other things to choose from, like I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, Maths. I know they're all on, and everyone looks forward to those programs. So thanks for jumping on here. And again, it wasn't advertised that I was coming on, so I'm not expecting a lot on here tonight. But that's okay because, again, there's other things happening, other things on TV, that kind of thing. So, but anyway, we will kick off shortly. So a big hello to everyone who is jumping on once again. Good to see the regulars on there. Fantastic. I appreciate your support for jumping on to the channel and to the live stream. Has anyone been to Dreamworld today at all? If you have, excuse me, if you have any change on Motor Coaster, one of my subscribers was there during the week, earlier in the week, and it was just a signage that had gone, nothing more. But interesting to see if anything else had changed at all. If anyone's had the chance to get down there. Obviously, I work full time. I don't have time to go to the theme parks Monday to Friday. So yeah, appreciate it. Obviously, anyone that does go there, if you're able to send me a message, say, hey, this is what I noticed, or even a photo or two. And if you give me approval to post it, obviously I'll tag you in it that you supplied the photo. But yeah, any info is good for during the week. Helps keep everyone updated with what's going on. I don't get a chance to really see any social media during the day. I'm too busy at work, so I sort of come home and check it and go from there. But I haven't even been on there tonight because I've literally just got home, ate some food, and here I am. So yeah. But anyway, let's see. Word on what's happening. Just waiting for the word. Yeah, we're just waiting on any announcement for Motor Coaster. We are waiting. I haven't had a chance to jump on tonight, in case something was announced today. If it has, I haven't seen it yet. I'm guessing maybe not. Otherwise, usually I get a lot of messages from people. Hey, did you see the news? So I haven't seen any. I don't think yet on that. So that's all cool. So yeah. Hey Jaggs, how was your day? Very busy, thank you. I hope you had a good day too. Mine was very busy. Hey Matt, I can't stay long. I've had a busy day. That's good. Yep, thanks mate. Appreciate it. We're going on Saturday to Dreamworld. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, maybe it might be some changes there. Well, anyway, we'll see. Well, I guess we'll find out in the next week or so, or there'll be potentially. And there's other creators that go there multiple times a week due to their flexibility around their work or whatever they do outside of content creation. So that's where I normally see something first. I like to support our other local creators. So yeah, we like to, they'll post something and and that's normally when we'll see the first thing about what's happening. So anyway, I was going to start off just with I mean, it's nothing, no news as such, I guess. Just with some, I guess, closures, because a lot of people, still a lot of people don't check those when they head out to the parks, and then they get there and then they find it's a surprise that some rides might be down. There's a few things coming up as well, a couple of events that are actually about to start as well. So we'll touch on those few things. We might have a look at, first of all, if my phone will play ball. Here we go. And we'll just check out we'll check out Dreamworld ride maintenance. I think there's a couple of things down there. Usually this time of year is when they'll put their rides on maintenance. It's now quiet at the theme parks. So summer's finished, school's back. It's quiet. So hence they'll do the ride closures, annual maintenance, sort that out, ready for what's the next one? Easter school holidays. So that'll be the next lot. So Shockwave, okay. Shockwave is on maintenance, and that is reopening. I love how Dreamworld actually say when it's reopening. Movie World just say it's closed from this date to this date, and then it actually reopens the day after that, because obviously it's closed during those time. But anyway, Shockwave reopens 14th of February. That's a Saturday. So hang on, that's this Saturday? I don't even know what the heck the date is. Yeah, this Saturday. So that's okay. That opens this Saturday. Sky Voyager. So that one's down for a bit longer. That's reopening on the 30th of March, which is a Monday. All right. So Sky Voyager. Now, I wonder whether they will reopen with the two movies, or a different movie, or just the Australian one. So that I'm not too sure on. It might be disclosed somewhere. I'm not too sure. So that's down. So that's what's happening as far as current rides that are down on maintenance. Let me see. Dreamworld Flyer is upcoming. So Dreamworld Flyer will be down between the 18th of February and the 19th. A day. So 2 days maybe. Oh no, 1 day. It's closed on the 18th of February and reopens on the 19th. So must be having to just maybe replace a part or carry out some kind of urgent maintenance on that day. The Gold Coaster. This is pretty short maintenance periods, which is really good. Closes on the 30th of March, but reopens on the 3rd of April. So that's only like 4 days. And that's it for Dreamworld. That's in terms of the maintenance, that's pretty good. Now, also, there's Chinese New Year coming up. Year of the Horse, I believe. So, what is Dreamworld doing now? I'm pretty sure. Let me just have a look. I'm pretty sure they. Hang on a minute. Are they doing something for the night markets? And the park is doing something as well during the day. So, might help if I can spell. All right. Here we go. Excuse me. Here we go. Okay, yeah. So night market. Let's touch on the night market first. Celebrate Lunar New Year. So Lunar New Year. We've got the 20th and the 21st of February at the Dreamworld night markets. Okay, so they're going to have a large selection of Asian-style food trucks. It's the largest one they've ever had yet of Asian-style food trucks, which is great. That fits the theme, obviously. They're going to have the lion dance performances throughout the night. That's always cool. That brings a whole different vibe and atmosphere to Dreamworld. Love that, which is cool. So they're saying it's a vibrant evening of flavor, movement, and celebration as we welcome the Year of the Horse. So it's Friday, the 20th, and Saturday, the 21st of February, 5 p.m. till 9 p.m. at the Dreamworld night markets. Keep in mind, free for pass holders to get in. If you're watching this and you're not a pass holder, you can still come in, just $2 entry, and then you're in. Okay, so no rides are open. Well, actually, excuse me, sometimes they'll have the flyer open if it's open that night, and they'll have maybe the Dodgems, but you got to pay to go on those if you're not a pass holder. So that's how they do it. Yeah, so there's traditional line dance performances, which is cool. Live entertainment, buzzing night market atmosphere. So that's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll maybe try and get onto one of those nights. What do we got here? Okay. And they also have a muscle car display. Yeah. So at the night markets, old school cars, 50s nights. I think it's the last Friday of every month. Okay, so last Friday of every month, get down to the Dreamworld night markets if you can on a Friday night. Support them. The Friday nights are typically a little quieter, so really get down and support them. It's they're great nights. Rockabilly, classic cars, food trucks, music, entertainment. It's pretty cool. Car display, muscle car display. That's cool, and they have a dance floor usually there for rock and roll music as well. That's pretty cool. So Dreamworld Night Market, yeah, there's always lots of stuff going on there. Also, check out their Facebook because they do always update on their Facebook page what's happening. They have like what's coming up on there as well. So that's pretty cool. What else? Okay, so for Dreamworld itself, step into Lunar New Year and welcome the Year of the Horse with a festive morning. So morning of live performances at Dreamworld. Now, interestingly, this is on the 16th and 17th of February, okay? So that to me is, what date is that? That's next Monday and Tuesday. Interesting choice of dates. There's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they have to do it on that day because of the Lunar New Year. Maybe. I don't know enough about it to understand if that's why they chose those two dates. There will be less people in the park on those 2 days, being out of holidays, school's all back, holiday makers are not here. And then yet they're having extra entertainment. I'm not sure. Usually they run that stuff in the weekend. Usually. Like, Saturday, Sunday, there's extra people in the park. So interesting choice of days, which means I can't go and experience any of the Lunar New Year at Dreamworld other than the night markets. Anyway, but it only looks like there's 1 hour of Lunar New Year festivities between 10:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. So with the lion dance performances, that's all they've said on their website. So unless anyone else has got anything other than that to explain, I'm just going by the obviously Dreamworld's official website there, and that's what it says on there. It's probably not coming out that great actually, but anyway, have a look if you search it up. So that's interesting, very interesting. SeaWorld has Carnival coming up soon, so that starts on, I think it's Saturday the 28th of February, and it goes into the 28th of March, but I believe it's only Saturday nights. So I think, I haven't got it in front of me, but from memory, I think it is. Maybe there's one Friday in there at the end, but I think it's just Saturday nights. Maybe 4, maybe 5 nights at best. It's from what I've read and researched, because obviously my job is to make a video in a very short time frame on those nights. So hence, if you see me, I'll say a quick hello, and I've got to keep going. I'm under the pump from a time perspective. Okay, I cannot miss anything, and I've got to keep going. But it's exactly the same as last year and the year before, and maybe the year before that as well. I don't know. They seem to blueprint that now. I'm just hoping there's more food offerings. There seems to be less. I think last year I thought to myself, there's less food offerings. I like to try different foods from different places. So anyway, we'll see what this year brings. We'll see whatever night. I don't know. Haven't bought a ticket yet, so I don't even know. Last time I think I missed out on the first one. I kept just going, oh yeah, it's coming up, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, first night sold out. Second night sold out. Anyway, so I'll get to one of the events. Doesn't matter. And check it out. It'll be the same as last year. In fact, if you watch last year's video, it'll be the same. So I can almost guarantee that. But anyway, well, I'm hoping it's going to be different. I'm hoping it will be. We shall see. Okay, now before I get to Movie World's Chinese New Year celebrations, I have seen comments coming through, guys. So thank you for everyone that is making comments and also saying hello for the night. I appreciate that as well. How'd you like King Claw? Yeah, one and done. Love the theming. It is an amazing ride, but I don't do very well at all on those big spinny rides. So yeah, one and done for me. I might do a night one day, but I think I'll have to take a anti-nausea tablet for that one. Hey, John, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate it. Ileana's going to build a bear on Thursday. Oh, I'll enjoy that. That's always pretty cool. And then on to the theme parks. Cool. And then you got a 21st. We'll enjoy that. That sounds fantastic. Awesome. A Supernatural cake for your birthday party at Wet n Wild. That's pretty cool. Supernatural is awesome. That is a cool show. Very cool. All right, so let's check out Movie World. What do we got here? I was just there the other day, but I think their Chinese New Year is actually a little bit more than what goes for longer. I know that much than the Dream World one. Movie World Chinese New Year. Okay, let's check it out. Lunar New Year celebration at Warner Brothers Movie World. So obviously they got a little ad there. So they've obviously got the line dancers, entertainers. The characters seem to be dressed up in their Chinese traditional attire or costumes, which is cool. So when is it? So it is going to be from the 16th of February, which again is Monday. That's Monday. Yeah. But this one goes into the 3rd of March. So I will be able to check it out on the Saturday or the Sunday the following weekend, which is great. So pretty much it says soak up the festive atmosphere with daily cultural performances on Main Street from the 16th to the 22nd of... Oh, hang on to this. Okay. Well, it says... Okay. Maybe the performances are going to be from the 16th of February to the 22nd of February. But the event, it says it goes to the 3rd of March. So maybe the overlay, maybe the lanterns in the street, maybe the characters in their Chinese costumes. Maybe they might have some pop-up food stores. Usually they have like a pop-up Asian noodle store like they did actually for the last event, which was a bit... Maybe it was a test run for this because it was Asian-inspired food at, what was that one? Hooray for Hollywood. And I did have that, and it was delicious. The satay one was fantastic. Meet your favorite characters dressed in vibrant Lunar New Year attire as the park welcomes the energetic year of the horse. There'll be cultural performances as well. The dragon dancers and lion dancers, rhythmic drumming, and live entertainment that fills Main Street with color and excitement. And so that will be daily from 11:30 a.m. That's from the 16th to the 22nd of February. All right. So after that date, there mustn't be the entertainment factor any longer. And that's really it. It doesn't say there's going to be food. It doesn't say there's going to be anything else. So, yeah, that's interesting. But anyway, all in all, it's definitely exciting to have something different. And again, SeaWorld Carnival coming up. It's always a great event. I mean, providing it doesn't storm and rain, because often it does on those night events at SeaWorld. Providing it doesn't do that, then it should be good. So, fingers crossed. No sponsorship tonight on the drinks. Anyway, So, any new rides getting built in any of the parks on the Gold Coast? Absolutely. You heard it here first. Not officially, but anyway, obviously, we're waiting on a couple of announcements, and one of which is obviously Motor Coaster, right? So, um, it's closed now, as we know, over a week ago. The signage has all been removed. Um, I don't think anything else has happened yet, so no further movement in there. Excuse me. I haven't been back since that last day. Hopefully, other people have been back, but from what I've seen, it's just signage that's been removed off the building, off the ride area, the entry, and all that kind of thing. Last, someone took a photo, I think, a couple of days ago. Yep, trains are still on there. It's just sitting there, so they won't just probably pull it down and just leave it. Their annual general meeting or their end of year or their financial meeting or update is due soon. So the business update, where they announce their results for the financial year. And also usually that's when they will announce some future plans. I mean, Dreamworld, as we know, do have a lot of plans with all the local, I guess, infrastructure around the park, hotels, precincts, and all that kind of thing, right? So we know all that, and all that is all the approval processes, all the background is all happening, right? So I just my thing is they need to fix that goddamn roundabout and motorway on ramp at Coomera outside Dreamworld. I know it's not Dreamworld's issue, however, it affects Dreamworld's customers and the locals in the area. I mean, it is terrible. One day it took me from Westfield Coomera to get onto the motorway, which, if you know the area, is about I guess if there's no traffic, it's 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes. Yeah, it took me 45 minutes because everything was just stopped. The motorway, it was just congestion. There might have been a breakdown. It was after school, like 3:30 or 3:15, whatever. It's just stopped. And then if you're trying to get out of Dreamworld, one of my subscribers, sometimes she's off and on here. She I can't remember the exact time. I think she said it was over an hour to get out of the car park at Dreamworld over summer. And that's the car park to the motorway. That's right there, A to B, like right there. Now, if they're building more infrastructure, hotels, precincts to bring more people to Dreamworld and surrounding areas, the Coomera Connect is not enough. Like that's just helping out the people that live down the back of Coomera, helping them get further down to Smith Street, which yes will take a bit of congestion off that area by Dreamworld. However, if they're heading to Brisbane, they're still got to come through the other intersection just up from there, which also causes all of the congestion. So it's crazy. It's so crazy. And John's agreeing. He spends time on the road as well, and goes through there and a local to the area as well, near the area. So it's a problem. Like the government, hopefully the local government are working on that now. Like they need to clear some land, make it a, I don't know, a 5-lane on ramp, or build a bridge up and make it like a big loop around, like what you get down like up at, say, Logan area where they have the bridges and then you have the loops around and reconnects. They need to do that. They need to build up, go up. Someone is on here who has, power for the government and the roads, I don't know, council, whoever. They need to build up, okay? Because the Gold Coast is stuck. The other day, there was an incident yesterday, I think, there was an incident on Brisbane Road, right, halfway down between Helensvale and Harbour Town. Now, I had to head towards Harbour Town. Peak hour traffic. I got off the motorway, Westfield, Helensvale. It took me an hour and a half to get just near Harbour Town because there was a jackknife truck and I think another truck, and I think a car was involved. The road got closed. Traffic was diverted. It's just everyone's trying to U-turn. You can't. It's stuffed. Like the Gold Coast is like there's so many people that have moved here as well since COVID from from all around Australia that we are like there's no, and then there's no rentals in the Gold Coast. You can barely find a house for sale. There's nothing because there's such a high demand. Obviously, it's pushing all our prices up, which isn't even great, really, because I can't sell my house at a higher price because everything else is a higher price, and I got in at a lower price. I can't afford a mortgage of a higher one. So what? You can't move. You're stuck. So, but the roads on a weekend, you'd know if you go to Dreamworld or Movie World on the weekend, the highway is crawling. It's worse than peak hour. There's so many people here now. And the infrastructure is probably a good 10 or 15 years behind where it needs to be. I know I'm ranting on here, guys, but it's a fact. The Gold Coast roads and highways are stuffed. Is just so many people want to move here and they can't handle more. It just can't. You're just going to sit in traffic, sit for hours on end. It's crazy. Anyway, getting back to the topic, Dreamworld, it's got a lot going on, and hopefully they fix those roads. But Motor Coaster hopefully will be replaced with a brand new ride. Now, they haven't announced it yet. I think they're going to announce that after the results are announced, because it's because if you think about it, this time, or probably before this time last year and the year before, they'd already made the announcements. Building Rivertown. Hey, we're building King Claw. We knew what was happening. There's just been nothing. So and Motor Coasters, I know they've taken signage in, but it's sitting there. So we're waiting. And I think what they might be doing is, I think it might be, maybe it's part of a bigger plan. And I don't think they're going to rush into this next attraction necessarily. I think they'll, because if you notice, they're fixing up a lot of other things around the park. A lot of other things. They're redoing the outdoor area at the front of the ice cream parlor. They've added extra shaded, extra seating area at the back of front, I guess, opposite the train station of the Food Central. So they're putting in so many things, extra paint. The place looks amazing. So I think you'll see more of that kind of stuff. And sometimes they've got to go, hey, we got to replace 4 roofs on 4 buildings this year. We don't see that visually, but sometimes that's the case. And the funds for that year has got to go to those buildings so that they can be maintained and obviously stay fine for the next 5-10 years, kind of thing. So sometimes that has to happen. Money's got to get allocated to things we don't see. Infrastructure, maybe all the external fences need replacing, or maybe when they end up putting more solar panels in, or whatever it might be. Maybe they're going to buy new equipment for their maintenance area. Whatever it is, they can't always every year put a new ride in, even though we've seen that the last couple of years. So all I'm saying is they'll probably announce what they're doing, but they'll probably say coming 2027. I don't think anything will now be started and finished this year unless it's a small or a re-theme of Motor Coaster, which could maybe still be on the cards, but we're hoping it's more likely going to be a pull down and a new attraction. Because like some of the wording that was sent in the emails that I received was, it's exciting to see what the next chapter is for Motor Coaster. Now that could also mean it's getting removed and sold somewhere else, and there's a new something going in on that spot. I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. Personally, it'd be good to see something brand new, completely new there. But we could potentially be waiting till next year, but we should get the announcement soon. That's my own opinion. There's no inside knowledge there. So, let me know what you think, or if you've heard anything. I'd be interested to hear, because I know some people here are connected to other people, and certainly hear a few things. We can't take anything for gospel. We can't say this is definitely what's happening until they get, essentially Dreamworld announces, what they're doing. So yes, well, we will see an announcement of a new ride at Dreamworld. We may not necessarily see it this year, but we'll get the announcement, and another new ride or attraction will be coming soon. That's the first one. Movie World, Doomsday. They removed the ride. Was it last year or the year before now? It might have been early last year. no, it might have been the year before actually, and then the whole area is just sat open, but nothing happening. No signage. No signage. I think from I always listen to guests. I'm in the parks regularly, but I listen to guests' conversation. Some guests are there for their first visit, believe it or not. Some people, it's their first visit, and they're like, "What's this? What's happening? Oh, there must be something coming. Look, there's a hole in the ground." But no, it's something that's been removed. But there's nothing telling anyone. Like, I think if they could at least just put a big sign up saying, "Hey, this is a future development area. Enjoy the photo ops in here currently, but we're making way for a new exciting attraction in 2027 or 2028, whatever it might be." It's just good to have that little bit of communication with the guests. I think people like that. It's then saying, "Oh, okay, that's why this area looks like this." That makes sense, you know. Um, I have said that before, and I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that unless I've missed it, unless there is a sign, I don't think I was there on the weekend. I didn't see one, but anyway, I would have thought that at the very least they could have just put up a sign saying just, "Hey, this is what's happening in the area," because there's a bit of a kind of a confusing area when also not everything's working in the area. Some things are working. None of the interactive stuff is as such. Last time I was in there, so anyway, look, I love the area. It's highly themed. Like, I love that. Like, you guys know me. I'm a theming guy. I love highly themed areas and rides and attractions and immersive theming. I love that. That's why I love theme parks. That's why I love going to different parks around the world. It's the immersive theming that gets me. And that area is really awesome. So hopefully something cool happens in that area. So we're waiting for that announcement. Now, that might happen also after their next financial results. It might be mid-year or what have you. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But essentially, there should be two new rides announced at least. One for Dreamworld, one for Movie World. So hopefully we should see the announcements this year, soon. In fact, the first half of this year, I would assume. You should never assume, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, some comments. Let's check out the comments. Hi, Aston. Thanks for jumping on. Thanks everyone for jumping on, and thanks everyone for taking time out of your Wednesday. Considering I didn't say I was going to be on, but most of every second Wednesday I'm here, 7:30 Queensland time. I was just getting it's the traffic. I'll be 100% honest. The reason why I'm late is traffic. I'm on the road to my job, so it's traffic. If this was yesterday, I would have cancelled it because the traffic. I didn't get home till I think it was close to 8. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. And John, who's on the chat, he's he's on the road as well. He understands the traffic issues and that. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Leanne. Yeah. Yeah. So, an hour and a half to get out of Dreamworld car park over summer. Crazy. Like, it's just insane. And you don't need that when you just want to get out. You just want to get out of there, get in the aircon in the car, but then you just want to, get to your next, port of call or home or wherever. Saturdays. So John's saying Saturdays, the freeway to the Gold Coast from Brisbane is painful. It sure is. 9 a.m. to about 1 or 2 o'clock. Yeah, 2 hours to get from Yatala to Surfers sometimes. That's reality. 2 hours to get from Yatala. So if you stop there for your pie and then you jump back on in 2 hours to Surfers. And of course, a lot of people from Brisbane every weekend, what do? They come to the Gold Coast. Why wouldn't you, right? Why wouldn't you? Yeah. And as a local, you want to just jump on and go up to Costco, or you want to just go to the supermarket, do your shopping. Bang, an hour and a half worth of traffic to travel for 15, 20 minutes. It's crazy. It's so crazy, I got to take family members to work and stuff. Also on the weekends, I do a lot of running around, and you know, you got to allow an extra half an hour every time now. Every time, just it's becoming like LA. And well, actually, you know what? When I was last in LA during the week, it's like that. It's gridlocked most everywhere. The weekend wasn't as bad. I mean, LA is a much bigger place than the Gold Coast, of course, but more roads and more highways. But the highway flowed. It flowed at a reasonable speed, a slow, reasonable speed, if you know what I mean. It wasn't like 100K or whatever. But anyway, Dreamworld need to fix the roundabout. Yeah, again, it's not Dreamworld's roundabout. Remember, it's the government's roundabout or council or whoever owns it. But they certainly need to be pushing back, saying, "Hey, Dreamworld was built in 1980. What was it? 6? I don't know. Correct me if someone will correct me if I'm wrong. Around that time, right? I can't remember the exact year. I think it was 86, 85, 86. Around that time. That there's always been that one roundabout out of there on the highway. Since then, I think a few more people visit Dreamworld now than then, and there's more people on the roads than ever before. I remember coming here in '88 to Dreamworld, right? And the highway was because not as many cars. It was great. It was just on and off, easy, anytime. So yeah, yeah, chaos at peak hour, 100%, and not at peak hour too. Chaos 24/7 almost. Congestion, it's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, Aston saying he hates the track closures. That is going. It's very hard to go to Dreamworld and Movie World, and then get back to SeaWorld. Yeah, it is. Yeah, if I need to do 2 or 3 parks in a day, which I don't often do that, but sometimes I will, or 2 at least. Yeah, it's challenging. You got to really know your timings, otherwise it blows out. The whole day blows out. Pam saying Greg Young is a smart CEO. I think he'll do the right thing and put something new in, hopefully a log ride. Absolutely. I mean, look, he's a theme park guy. He's a smart guy, like you said. He's a theme park guy too. He part of his role requires him to go to theme parks around the world and research and look at what might be the right fit for the park in terms of footprint, capacities, cost, all the rest of it, and then work out what could fit, and then they start talking to obviously the ride manufacturers, designers, all that kind of thing. So then they got to get a final cost, and then they got to go to the the directors, the board, the chairman, and say, we need some more money, please. And this is why we need more money. And this is the return on the investment over this period of time. And most of that is obviously calculated by increased attendances, increased annual passes, increased spend in the park. New attraction brings people. And hopefully with that, we'll bring international. Okay, I lost connection and it dropped out. Internet. Can someone please confirm that you can see and hear me so I know that it's gone back through again? I think I'm good, but I just want to make sure. Brandon, you can hear me? You can see me? I just want to confirm. Thanks, mate. Family Odyssey. Yay. Yep. All good. Yep. Thank you all. Thank you. Sorry about that. The internet dropped out, and then it said it's trying to connect me, and I'm talking to myself probably. So nothing new there, right? So anyway, always talking to myself in my phone. Okay. Thanks everyone for jumping back on. Sorry about that. Some kind of internet. It's funny. Because of YouTube and everything. I pay for the fastest, the top Wi-Fi that you can get. and it's so bad. It's crazy. Like it's the worst. It drops out all the time. I go to put YouTube on the TV, and I just get the little what do you call the circle of death, just going around and round and round and round. And it's NBN's been upgraded apparently and all that. It's crazy. No, I'm not with Optus. Maybe I should be, but I'm with Vodafone. I run everything through. We don't have home phones, so we run everything through mobile, and the internet is done through Vodafone too. So, and outside my window, I can look across the distance, and I can see a cell phone tower in the distance. But it's like it can if I can see it, the signal must be there surely, right? So I don't use Optus. Okay, I won't use Optus. I don't know. I used to be on Telstra, and that was terrible. That's why I changed. So I don't get it. Which one is best? Does anyone out there work for a telco, and you can tell me you've got to get this internet? It's the best. It's the fastest. That's what I need. Anyway, and for the cheapest price, of course. Anyway, upgrade my router to a gaming router. Okay, yeah, that might be. Maybe that's the case. Yeah, maybe that's the case. Yeah, fiber to the premises. Yeah, they've done all that. Yeah, Aussie broadband is good, is it? Okay, it's good to know. It's good to hear from people what what you use, and if you never have an issue. Um. So yeah. Okay, so Mohan says he went from 2 Mbps to 20 plus from going to a gaming one, right? So that's a router. That's pretty cool. Must be the router. Yeah, might go complain to Vodafone and see if they can do anything. Otherwise, I'll go elsewhere. All right. Anyway, so well, I can't remember what I was harping on about. Rides, no doubt. What's happening to Dreamworld? So we've got some comments there. We'll just have a quick look at them. Yeah. Don't want to miss anyone. So SeaWorld new attraction is so cool. Watching the grass grow in the empty land. Yeah, it's a great attraction, that one. They do need a new attraction though, 100%. They definitely need something at SeaWorld. Depends if they can pay to use the IP, because I don't think that's a Warner Brothers one. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure, but you never know. Hunter Bro 16, what did you miss? We were just talking about what's happening at the park. So up and coming events like there's Carnival happening at SeaWorld from the 28th of this month. There's some Chinese New Year stuff happening at Dreamworld, and there's some Chinese New Year stuff happening at Movie World. Check the websites out; it has all the dates on there. And then there was just some ride closures at the moment, being this time of year at the parks. So I think SeaWorld also, I haven't touched on SeaWorld yet, but there's some ride closures there as well. I think Leviathan is one of those. And I think SpongeBob's Coaster is also one that's down. We can double check that, but I'm pretty sure that is the case. Movie World, we're looking at Batwing and the Flash Speed Force currently on ride closure maintenance as well. So this time of year is when the parks will do all the ride maintenance. And Hunter says it's his birthday on the 16th. Can I have a birthday shout out? Thank you. Well, happy birthday right here to everyone that's on here. To you, Hunter, for the 16th. I hope you have a wonderful birthday on that day. And it's a year of year of the horse as well, Lunar New Year on the same day essentially. So there you go. So have a great day. Fantastic. I hope you have a good one. All right, what have we got here? Shane, more talking the roads. Oh yeah, the M1 Pimpamar to Helensvale is chock-a-block. It's always chock-a-block, isn't it? Totally, always. Yeah. The Waterworks road's very annoying. I'm not sure which one that is. Waterworks. Jason Hall, how are you? You're at Movie World today. Going to Carnival on the first night. 2 rides down on annual maintenance. Yeah, that's right. Speed Force and Batwing at Movie World. Thanks, John. Dreamworld opened December 1981. I was a few years off because I was thinking 80. I was thinking 82 actually. In my mind, I was thinking, no, it might have been 86, 81, 81. So realistically, if you could find online an aerial map of Dreamworld, if it includes the highway, keeping in mind though the highway wasn't the current highway; it was a small, skinny 2-lane highway. Each way, a dark highway too. Because the current highway was opened just over 20 years ago, I think. Maybe a bit longer than that. But still, though I think out of Dreamworld and that roundabout's still the same. I'm pretty sure that's still the same. So hence why, you bring more population, more visitors, more cars, same road. It's like I was just in Auckland recently, and exactly what's happened over there, right in Auckland. So the motorway from the motorway that goes from, I guess, the Bombay Hills into the city, most of that is 2 lanes only. I think it goes to 3 lanes at a couple of parts each side, but it's only for most of it, like especially through the the middle section just before the city. It's 2 lanes, and it's always been 2 lanes. But since I left New Zealand, there's like 1.5 million more people and in New Zealand, but most of them, I think there's 1 million more in Auckland or something. I don't know the number exactly. So it's a lot more people in Auckland, more cars, the Jap import market, more and more and more cars. And we were out during the day, and no matter where we went, it just crawled. And it was like, man, this is terrible. But New Zealand probably doesn't have the funds to build new roads and do all that stuff, unfortunately. So what do? I don't know. Public transport over there is also not good and not safe. So I don't know what their plan is. Anyway. Movie World. So here's another question. With Movie World, what's your thoughts on the Wild West area? We think it should at least be halved. It seems a waste of all that unused area. You could easily, in my opinion, fit another 2 rides in. Yeah, so where Doomsday is, that was all part of the Western area too. That was all Western area right through there. There was a graveyard in there with the snoring and moving headstones. There was the Wild West show in this soundstage. It was a big, massive area. They could probably definitely add something. The only thing you got to think of in peak season, they need the space for the crowds to walk through there. So a lot of the space you see is designed for crowds on like their busiest days. Big wide areas, they need it. Otherwise, they put rides in there and narrow pathways. It's going to be even worse for people and a worse experience for guests, essentially. But one good thing I will say, I noticed they're playing a lot more Western music in the whole area when I was there on the weekend. So they weren't always doing that. It was kind of like really quiet down there and almost just like nothing much is going on. But now there's like upbeat Western sort of music. I love it. So that's good to see. So hopefully, we'll see some improvements. And like in my video with having all the Batmobiles now permanently on display in the park as they should be. It's a movie park. You need to see movie cars. Like that's what I think. So love it. And I know the guy, Luke, who's in charge of all that, doing an amazing job at getting all this stuff out into the parks and getting this stuff more in where guests get more value out of their ticket, because it adds value. It adds value because it's something extra to look at and take a photo with. That's value. Value isn't always something to buy or something, monetary. It values what you get for your money. So it adds value to the park. I love it. And I hope we see more of that. I hope we see more of that. Thanks for the info on the new rides. No worries. What do you feel will be the next couple of rides to be decommissioned? Uh, hmm. Decommissioned. Interesting question. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they will. I mean, some of them are aging. Gold Coaster is aging a lot, and that's been moved around a lot. It was at Luna Park one time as well. It used to be the Big Dipper. Maybe that one. Maybe. I mean, they might decide to just keep that for nostalgia reasons and just keep it running forever. Like, you never know. But maybe that one, in my opinion. I'm not sure about Shockwave. I think that's cool ride if you're into spinny rides, not me. But it is quite noisy and clunky. It is old. There's newer versions of that ride around, and different ways of theming. Not sure if that might be one on the cards there. SeaWorld, I don't really think there's anything at SeaWorld, maybe Trident. And because, I mean, it's closed more than it's open. Not so much decommissioned, maybe removed, sold, put elsewhere. I just think, yeah, that might be one that you might see going. But decommission wise, there's really not much else that's old at SeaWorld now. The rides there are pretty new. Um, the merry-go-round was completely overhauled only about a year or so ago, maybe a year and a half ago. So yeah, Movie World. I would have to. Well, yeah, that's a hard one, but I don't think they will. Look, maybe no. I don't actually. No, I don't think anything. I actually don't because I know people say, "What about Superman?" Because Superman, it's with issues it's been having and parts not that available. I think if they do anything there, they might change the launch, maybe to a different launch system. Maybe they could extend the ride somehow. I don't know. Maybe I don't think they'll decommission it though. So I think maybe a couple of Dreamworld, maybe potentially. But you never know. You never know. Brandon's saying the issue at is the Westfield and Costco weren't there 10 years ago. That's true. Yeah. Much more traffic in that area. Well, actually, I think Westfield was there 10 years ago. I don't know how. That might be 10, 15 years. But did you know that Westfield, Helensvale, what you see is only stage one? There was actually, I think, originally I saw the plans. Originally, I think it was 3 stages to that. But since then, they've now sold off that land. There was supposed to be cinemas and all sorts of stuff all around it, but now they've sold off that land and there's industrial just going up around it. So that ain't ever going to happen anymore. Westfield, unless they build up, Westfield Helensvale is what it is. But yeah, you're right. There's more traffic coming into there. There's Costco's pulls in a lot of traffic for sure. And West. Oh, sorry, are you talking about Westfield Coomera? Maybe that's what you're talking about. Sorry, I think I got that wrong. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Westfield Coomera, you're correct. Yeah, I don't know, 10 years. You could be right there. Yes, correct. Those are causing a lot of problems, but again, they're needed for the area, for the population, right? So yeah, it all impacts it, though, doesn't it? It all impacts it. Absolutely. I remember last year, Foxwell Road and the Ring Road is annoying from Westfield Coomera to Dreamworld. It's awful. Yeah, in the morning and the weekdays, every day. On days ending in Y. That area and move the shooting games to the side a little, plus utilizing the space where Doomsday used to be. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, definitely there's room for expansion and stuff around there, for sure. Redevelopment, 100%. What do you think Dreamworld will do you think Dreamworld will ever invest in a water ride or something along the lines? Yeah, I think definitely. I think they know it's got to kind of have a water ride. The park kind of feels like it needs it, if you know what I mean. Um, yeah, I think that'll be on the cards. I think that's something they'll do. Now, whether that's a log ride or something new like the new Mac water coasters, there's a few. There's a new one out, and There's a couple of new rides coming. One's going to Dollywood. I think it opens this year actually. And one opened in what's it called? It's in Europe. Riley went there. I think it's in Energylandia or something like that. Anyway, incredible rides. Like you're on the water raft, but it's roller coaster as well. Like kind of like the storm coaster is kind of a bit like that. It's a water coaster essentially because it does go into the water at the end. But these ones go like a boat and rock as well, like rapids and stuff. And then they're going to the coaster again. It's pretty crazy. So that'd be cool if something cool like that could go in. And we'd be happy to wait an extra year for something like that, I'm sure. We'll have to wait and see. um, they should do a supernatural area. Yeah, I don't know if they can use that IP. That might be Universal Studios. I'm not sure on that one. Sorry. Aston's saying his internet dropped out as well. I think everyone's internet's dropping out. No word yet on what they're replacing Motor Coaster with. We're pretty sure we'll actually hear very soon. Tim, is it? Let's see. Is it Tim and yeah, it's Tim Andrew Birrens. Yeah, ate at Jane's today. Delicious as always. Yes, Jane's is amazing, and um, myself and Adrian Riley ate there a few weeks ago, and delicious as always. We ate at Stars for lunch. Hadn't done the lunch before, just last weekend. It's on the video if you want to check it out. It was delicious and amazing as well. But I feel that Jane's has more selection to offer, even though they have slightly tweaked that menu since opening. So yeah, I'm glad you had a good lunch there. It is always great food there, amazing food there. Regarding the Batmobiles, what are they doing to keep them from fading or sun damage? I do know they get cleaned and polished kind of regularly, so they've got from that respect they do that. But because they're Batmobiles and they got the super molecular bonding armored plating special, I don't know. No, they clean them and probably wax them regularly and polish them. And hey, if it needs a respray, they just respray it. They have all that stuff on site they can do or at their disposal. Shane, can I upgrade to my pass to premium if not yet expired? Do I know? I don't think so, but that's not a question for me. That would definitely be a question for Movie World or Village Roadshow. Yeah, I'm not too sure, but I'd probably doubt that. I could be wrong, so check with them, of course. How do you feel about the new Infinity Planet project in Brisbane? Infinity Planet project. How I feel about it is I know nothing about that. So what is it? Let me look it up. Infinity Planet. I haven't heard of it. So is it an attraction? Did you say Brisbane, right? Brisbane. Infinity Planet Brisbane. Search. What does it give me? Okay. It's a proposed $2.6 billion, 68 hectare entertainment city located in Elimba, north of Brisbane. Yes, sorry. Yes, I have heard of this. Yes. Sort of more the sunny coast. between Brisbane and Sunny Coast. Aims to have feature theme parks. When they say theme parks, I don't know to what level of theme parks, because if you look at the artwork, now artwork isn't always, the rigid edge, right? You can never sort of say, the artwork is it and it's going to look like that, because it never does. But it just looks like a couple of, small flat rides. But anyway, you never know. But it is designed as a sustainable city of tomorrow, with early stages aimed to be ready before the 2032 Olympics. So that's pretty cool. So it's got indoor and outdoor theme parks, 3 accommodation towers, glamping resorts, a cultural mall, and a 14-kilometer inner circle. I wonder if it has a what do you call it? An ice wall, and I wonder if it has a firmament over the top. All the flat Earth people can move there. Expected to attract 1 to 1.2 million theme park visitors annually, with 1.8 million visiting the retail and dining precinct. Target completion is to be fully realized by 2030. It's in development application stage as of last year. So we'll have to wait and see. Look, I'm excited for that. I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. Bring it on. Bring it on, I say. Gives me more content too. It's great. So, So let's just see if it goes ahead. I think that's the key thing with, all these things. It's in the development stage. It may not get approved, but hopefully, because it sounds exciting. It'll bring jobs. It'll bring people, tourism. Fantastic. Unless we have another global outbreak. You know what? I don't know. So many people talk about that thing that happened a few years back where we all got the injections. To be honest, well, I guess not everyone got one, but next time if something happened, I think we're all going to go, you know what, mate? We're not doing it. We're not doing what you say, because I don't know. I'm skeptical of everything like that. Who knows? Anyway, wait and see. Do you think Superman is on its last legs due to its breakdowns and all that? Look, it's certainly, parts are certainly becoming more hard to find. They've got to re-engineer parts now. But I don't feel that they want to get rid of that ride. I think, if anything, they may re-engineer that ride to a different launch system, like I was saying before. Maybe they can expand it. I'm not sure. I kind of think, because you know how a couple of years ago they were going to redo all the queuing area, then that never happened. Maybe they had to reallocate the funds. Maybe they're thinking of redoing the whole thing. I don't know. It could potentially, but like it's still a ride that's awesome. So I don't know. Damien Gauchi, thank you, mate. I'm good. I hope you and the family are well. Thanks for jumping on. Dreamworld should add Tower Terror 3. It'd have to be a completely different engineered version, because when they ran that one, each time they ran that last time, I believe it used more power in one cycle than the whole of Dreamworld in a year, because of the electromagnets. So it would have to be a completely more cost-effective model. Maybe that's why they've kept the launch bay all these years. You never know. I think Wild West Falls is the next one to upgrade. Look, they're always upgrading Wild West Falls. Every time it's down, they're upgrading it. So I think that'll still be there for a while. They'll continue to do that, to do their upgrades, but yeah, I don't think they'll do too much. Supernatural is TV series is Warner Brothers. Okay, well there you go, Liana. That's you should send an email to Movie World and make the suggestions, because they do listen to people's feedback 100% when it comes to guest feedback and ideas and that kind of thing. Yes, I've just cracked open a soft drink, one where I'm not going to disclose the brand. All right. Good questions there, guys. Good questions. Donnie is goated. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Be more specific, and hopefully it's not a bad thing. What are they doing to keep the Batmobiles from fade or sun damage? Look, I know they get regularly cleaned and polished. Other than that, I'm not too sure. Sorry. There'd be some protective coating that they would definitely put on those. Do you think Jane's was better than Star's restaurant? I think overall experience, yes, but they are two completely different experiences. You got to keep that in mind. Completely different experiences, different feeling, different atmosphere, different food styles. Well, some are similar, of course. The theatrics of the bar at Jane's is better. The animatronics and all that is more immersive. It's a more immersive dining experience, and overlooking the river is sensational. And I tell you what, if it's really rainy at Dreamworld one day and pouring down like it's supposed to this weekend, having lunch at Jane's and just looking across through the rain at the river, it feels cozy. It feels, the atmosphere feels amazing there. I tell you, I loved it when I ate in there at the time that it was teeming down like that. It's pretty cool. I wouldn't say one is better than the other. They're both different. I enjoyed them both. I couldn't fault the food at all at both. So, yeah, they're both different, but different feelings. Atmosphere. I think Stars is a little bit more pricey, perhaps, maybe than Jane's. I think Jane's felt like the meals were in the high 20s, whereas Stars was like $30. I'm talking like burger meal and that kind of thing. So depends what you want. Gold Coaster sucks. Okay, isn't everyone's cup of tea? It is a bit rough. It makes you feel a little bit nauseous. Actually, I've said this before. Rainbow's End in New Zealand has an arrow coaster as well, just like that one, except the one in New Zealand is a corkscrew arrow coaster. And last time I rode it, which was about a year ago, a year or 2 years ago, maybe, it was so smooth. I couldn't get over it. I thought this is going to be so goddamn rough. It's so old. Unbelievably smooth. I couldn't get over it because I was expecting the other. So there you go. All right. Now, if I've missed your comments again, please just pop it in again. I'm not missing comments on purpose. It's just that I had that issue before where I lost connection, and then since then there's been heaps and heaps of comments, and I'm just trying to read through them now. But if I've missed one, I feel like I'm okay. I'm caught up, but I might and not haven't read them all, but I know where I'm at, but I might not have quite got it to the right area. But anyway, I think I'm right. I think I'm good. Dreamworld better not touch Gold Coaster. I love it. Yeah, look, a lot of people do love the Gold Coaster. A lot of people don't either, but I think it'll stay for now. Superman might close in a few years' time. Yeah, maybe in a few years' time, maybe. But I think they'll upgrade it a bit more before then. How do you feel about the New Infinity? We spoke about that before. Yep, I've answered that question. Yep. I think it's a good thing. SeaWorld. Yeah, Trident needs to go. Are you going to record a video? More Singapore content? Yeah, absolutely. I've got possibly I've got a pretty busy weekend this weekend, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out and film much. So I'm probably going to do one possibly again this weekend, and it will be I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but it'll be an attraction. I mean, we did heaps of stuff in Singapore. So I look, and again, like we go there for our family. Whenever we go overseas, it's for our family holidays, or unless I got invited to somewhere like last year with Epic Universe and that. But again, those I'm there. I'm going to make a video. That's just what I do, right? But those views heaps less. And considering I got 17,000 subscribers and the video gets like 1,000 views, you think obviously if your intention is to never go to flop, probably your intention is, well, I'm not interested in watching that video. I get it because a lot of I put a movie world one out, boom, 3,000 views in like the first day, because most people subscribe to the channel are literally going to be going to movie world at some time or thinking about it, or they're locally, all that kind of thing. So I get it. But then again, I think I'm interested in overseas theme parks that some of them I will never ever go to. Like the latest one, Six Flags Qiddiya, in Turkey, out that way, has the world's fastest, longest, highest giga coaster on the planet. I would love to ride that, but realistically, I'll never be able to get there. I don't have the money. I don't have, well, unless I'm invited, but I doubt it. So, but I still watch the videos because I'm interested, and I think I'm not sure. I watch things because I'm interested, not just because I'm going to go or not going to go, because I'm interested in what it has to offer and what the theming's like and what it's like at those theme parks compared to here. I know obviously they got more budget, so they're going to be better. They're going to be more immersive, but that's cool to see. Then you can go to yourself, wow, I didn't realize what's available over there or in the US or wherever, Japan. And it's like, well, maybe work out a savings plan, and over the next couple of years, I could save enough money to get to there. A lot of those, you can book your stuff yourself a lot of the time and save a lot of money, and you can do afterpay and all that kind of stuff. So we have to do things like that and get a small loan or whatever to do it. But if you don't do it, you never do it, right? As far as we know, we live once. You gotta have fun. You gotta live life. That's why I'm positive. I don't like negativity. You got to be positive. Do the things you love. Be happy as much as you can, because there's a lot of other doom and gloom out in the world, right? So, stay positive. Like some people say to me, "Oh, you're always too positive." That's me. I'm sorry for being positive, but I can't stand negativity at all. I just don't like it. Negativity, whether it's people, whether it's negative environments, what have you, just doesn't gel with me, and I don't like to promote it either. So I don't like to talk about it so much. So that's why I started this channel, to show people, showcase what you can do in all these different places and what's available, what they're like to go to, how much fun you can have, create memories, lifelong memories. But yeah, anyway, I'll be doing more Singapore content. I know the views aren't going to be as big on those. I get it. I wish they were, because it's interesting. And if you've never been there, why not check it out? And again, me, I try and make my videos all pretty exciting, and as far as with music, and try and make them, engaging as best as I can. Anyway, no matter what the content. So hopefully, if you've seen them and not watched them, maybe you'll go back and go, maybe I'll watch it, just check it out. But the last one was a couple of attractions at Gardens by the Bay in Singapore. Now, my wife did a lot of the research on Singapore before we went, and she said, "Oh, I want to go to this. What was it called? Cloud Gardens or something? How's it? Cloud Gardens, and all these other garden like Flower Dome and Cloud Forest. Sorry, Cloud Forest, Flower Dome." I'm like, I'm not really interested in flowers. Like, no, I mean, I like flowers, but I don't like flowers, if you know what I mean. To think about walking around a rose garden, for me, I'm bored, right? I got to be engaged and stuff. However, it's a family holiday. Everyone wants to do different things. We're going to do it. And when I started reading up on it, and the information that I was reading was like, hey, actually, this is like a pretty amazing attraction. Like, yeah, we're going to do it no matter what. Anyway, I'm going to vlog it. And they did wow me. Like, I was like, wow, this is incredible. I didn't get bored at all. The way that they engage you through the attractions, with music, with lighting, all sorts of things. The sheer size of the buildings that they're in, and I thought that'd be super hot in there because Singapore is super humid, but they're so air conditioned. It was so much relief when it's that hot. Such an amazing place. I would highly recommend those attractions. Even if you're not into flowers like me. So I really enjoyed those, and I'd go back. I'd go back because they're worth it, and they weren't that expensive. Anyway, yes, there'll be some more. Like we did Sentosa Island, we did Luge. So that there's those videos. Walking around Chinatown, checking out the markets and the foods. There's food markets and things. A few different things I got there. There's plenty for me to edit still. Like honestly, I try to keep up to date with the local, what's happening now stuff here, and those other videos. They're not like time stamped, if you know what I mean. They can be released anytime for anyone to watch, and then they'll always be there for people to watch in the future as well. If they're planning on going over there and they can look at the videos. So they're not urgent. But if I was releasing all my Fright Night stuff now, because I only just got round to it now, everyone's going to go, done that. That's last year. We've had Christmas since then, and it's nearly Easter. Why do I want to watch a Fright Nights video? So you got to do things. I got to do things at a timely manner, like release them at the time of the event, at the time of the season or what have you. And then everything else gets put on the back burner until I get time to do it. So that's how that kind of works. So soon, Singapore soon. What's cheaper, James or Stars? Like I was saying before, probably James. Stars is a ripoff. I think Stars has a few different things to offer, especially in the beverage selection, which I really do like. The food is expensive. Like the burger meal at James, I think was $20-something, maybe 27 or 6. I don't know. I can't remember, but $30 was the one I had at Stars. But let me tell you, I could not fault that food at all. Nothing about it I could fault. I wasn't trying to fault it, but it was delicious, full of flavor. I'd have it again. Like it was like amazing. So $30 though, yeah. Keep in mind if you go between now and the 30th of June, if you're a premium annual pass holder, 20% off. Thank you very much. So Riley myself, we saved $28 between us. So take advantage of that. If you're a premium holder, eat at those places now at Village Roadshow. Why not? 20% off. Better in your pocket, right? All right. Thoughts on Movie World introducing a Stranger Things land due to the recent purchase of Warner's by Netflix? Yeah, has that all gone through? I don't even know if that's all gone through, but if that is able to be acquired from Warner's, then obviously Movie World has nothing to do with the Netflix takeover at all. But what it might have to do with it is the fact that they maybe get access to use that IP in the park. Now, that would be absolutely incredibly amazing if they could do anything with Stranger Things. So, yes, I would be very excited if that was the case. And I think that would be a big win for Movie World if they were to do or use that. So, let's just hope. Let's just hope. Slicks for Skids saying you can upgrade your saver to annual. Just call Village Roadshow guest services, and it's a $20 extra charge, and they do it all over the phone. There you go. That message was for Aston from Slicks for Skids. So thank you for that information. That's good information. I love this because we mentioned something, someone knows something. Yeah, we can help other people as well. Fantastic. Good to know. Stranger Things Dark Ride. How cool would that be? Put it where Doomsday is now and the showcase, knock it all out. That'd be so cool. Did you ever go to Magic Mountain in Glenelg when it was open? Glenelg. Now, is that in the Gold Coast? Because there was a Magic Mountain in the Gold Coast down near Miami back in the 90s, 80s and 80s, I think it was, 80s and 90s. Yes, I did go there. I definitely did go there once though, and don't really remember. I think I remember the chairlifts specifically and the view. That'd be about it. But other than that, Magic Mountain as such, no other ones in Australia that I've been to. But I have been to Magic Mountain in California. But again, that was back in the 80s. So um, when I was a kid, obviously. And I went on, at the time, the largest wooden roller coaster in the world, Colossus. And I was only like, I don't know, 7 or something like that, or 8. And no fear at that age. And that's why my love of coasters. And I was just, I went on the world's biggest wooden coaster at 8 years old. I was tall for my age, so obviously I was fine. I went on with my sister, and we were waiting in the queue for ages. Like, parents are probably getting really annoyed. I know it was so hot when we were there, and while we're in the queue line, this girl spewed up in the queue line near us, and all you could smell was a really strong vomit smell in the heat for like ages, and that made us feel sick before we hopped on the ride. But we didn't. We didn't get sick on the ride. But that ride is kind of still there now. It's called Twisted Colossus. It's now a combination of metal and wood, I believe. And I don't know if it's the world's biggest anymore or anything like that. But pretty amazing coaster. Fun fact: that is the park they filmed National Lampoon's Vacation. Wally World was the Six Flags Magic Mountain. I think it's in Valencia, California. So there you go. Fun fact. Most people probably know that anyway, but there you go. And some of the there is some guys that are like some YouTubers in America that do filming locations. I actually love watching all that stuff, and they'll show, like, say, a specific wall, and they'll put a photo in of the cast of the movie standing right there in front of that wall, and some of the stuff's still there exactly how it was back in the day. Pretty cool if you're into that stuff, like looking back at that sort of thing. Do you think Superman will be updated with the LSM launch? Yeah, I think that's what will probably happen there. I think. Maybe they'll have to somehow extend that or make the top hat taller. I'm not sure. What happened to the water we kept talking about? Oh, look, the sponsorship has a time, has a period. Has a period of time. They're not always forever. So yeah, I'm sure if anyone else has a product placement they would love to promote, they could just send me an email. It's funny. Like, I use Ray-Ban sunglasses, right? And even my personal reading glasses are Ray-Bans, right? I love Ray-Ban, and I also have the Meta glasses as well, which I use from time to time for filming. Sometimes I do it for I use it when I'm driving. You can make phone calls on it. It's crazy. I love the Meta glasses. And I had an email come through yesterday. Oh, from Ray-Ban Meta, we want to do a collaboration with you. We'll give you free sunglasses. Rah, rah, rah. But when you're a content creator, you get lots of emails like this. And unfortunately, 99.99999% of them are scammers, because they're saying, just click this link and we'll give you all the information. As soon as you click the link, there goes a virus in your computer and stuff. So, and you can work it out pretty quick, because the email addresses don't match. They don't, there's red flags all through it. But I was just thinking it'd be great if it actually was Ray-Ban, and they really do, because I actually wear their product and do it all the time. I use Ray-Ban every day. That's my glasses of choice, has been for quite a few years. So anyway, I also wear Nike shoes. So if anyone out there, I'm not going to show you my Nike shoe collection, but I do have a Nike shoe collection. Actually, as a family, we have a Nike shoe collection. So, but yeah, it's I know we collect pop vinyls. It's more as a family we collect pop vinyls. We've kind of slowed down a little bit on the collection side of things because we're running out of space. But we also collect sneakers, some of which are still unworn because they're like rare or limited edition or what have you. It's not a massive collection by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a small collection. But again, if anyone out there from Nike would like to sponsor Jaggs Journeys, I do wear Nikes every time I'm in the theme parks. So there we go. And I can certainly do a placement ad every video. Smartwatches, everything to do with vlogging, sunnies, happy to help out. Anyway, probably no one on here from those companies. Anyway, you can never know your luck. So yeah, the water one just has a timeline. It's still great water. Australian spring water is top notch water. I just can't access that currently myself. Anyway, that's all good. Thoughts on movie world? Oh no, we said that one. That's all cool. Okay. Next questions we got here. Thanks for the questions, everyone. By the way, there's been a lot on here, and I really appreciate it. Do I think they should do a VIP for the stunt, a spy chase stunt show? Yes, and yes, they are going to do that, by the way. And by the way, if you haven't watched my first video I did on spy chase, check it out, because I was invited down after the show to experience inside the stunt car essentially what it would be like if you were to do it. And so different cars to what they had before. They had Holden V8 Utes. These are Nissan. I'm not sure of the exact model. I don't want to get it wrong, but the Nissan sports cars, high powered. Pretty cool. And so, they will do that again because it's additional revenue for the park, and they do need that. So I think I don't know why they didn't just put it in from the start, but there is a few things they got to work out. Safety, all that kind of thing. Cost, all that. It'll happen. Okay. Now, I kind of accidentally scrolled too far, but I'm okay. I've found where I'm at. I don't want to miss anyone's comments because I really appreciate you guys taking the time to be on here and also to comment. So it is really appreciated. And again, if I have missed your comment, just put it in again. Because it's not intentional. There's a lot of comments coming through, and I'm trying my best to keep up with everything. So yeah. I'm pretty sure. Okay. I'm pretty sure I know where I'm at now. Okay. Hunter says, when I went to Movie World on the weekend, I wanted to go on Scooby-Doo because it said that it was only 20 minutes on the app. Ended up having to wait over an hour to get on. Yeah, I think that's not great when... I mean, I always say make sure you refresh, close it down, reopen it, refresh it. I always do that anyway, just to check it. Because it can change, like it can update. But if you've updated that and it still says 20 and then it's an hour, what I would recommend, Hunter, is to drop a note to their guest services, an email, and just explain that's what happened, and then that impacted your ability to plan the rest of your day and ride rides, unless the ride had a stoppage, because sometimes it has, the sensor goes, I'm going to stop the ride because this isn't right. So the sensors do the right thing. They stop the ride. They get a reset and all that. That can put that behind up to 20 minutes or so, or half an hour potentially, depending on what it is. So but if there was no issues, then I'd make a little, not so much complaint, but I'd let them know for sure. So yeah. You reckon it's due to ride popularity, demand, and operations? Yeah, it could be too. Could be that too. Why do you think Movie World is doing the 20% off? I think potentially to push more people into the premium pass. I think to get an upspend to the premium pass. As a premium pass holder, premium annual pass holder, I feel like I've not won the lotto, but I've been given more value in my pass. And the fact that I can just walk up to the front gate to, like, I went to Movie World on the weekend. It was actually busy, queued out the gate, right down the pathway. I just walk up the side into the premium annual pass holder queue line. I had like three people in front of me, straight in. Happy days. Same when I went to SeaWorld a few weeks back. Although one of my subscribers sent me a message today and said he was at SeaWorld today, right on opening at 10 a.m. There's a big crowd there, and they had the premium annual pass holder entry closed. Now, I said, probably you should let them know, because that's bad. All of a sudden, you've got value, and you get there and you don't get the value. That's not good. And if they're going to promote something, they gotta stick to it. No matter what, it's got to be open. So I'd be disappointed. I would be disappointed. So anyway, maybe it was unforeseen circumstances. I have no idea, obviously, why that would have happened to him today. He was very disappointed because he said he had to go and queue up again. Right. So yeah. Anyway, but what I'm kind of disappointed is it's only until the 30th of June. I feel that we should get this this should be part of the premium pass 24/7. Now, maybe they are doing a bit of an exercise where they're going to go, hey, let's just review this. Let's just see what the uptake is. Do we get a percentage increase of sales in retail and food? Because remember, that's where they make the money in the parks. Food and beverage, retail, front gate. Okay, that's where they make their money. So by providing these extra things, more people might buy more passes, more premium annual passes. More people might spend in park. Well, I certainly am spending more in park. I mean, I always spend in park, but a little bit more. And yeah, overall, maybe they'll keep it. I hope they do. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping. Watch this space. We'll see what happens. Copying Dreamworld with their cheaper discount. Yeah, look, Dreamworld's always done an annual pass holder discount, haven't they? 10% though. So they've trumped them on that. I do feel you get more value now at Movie World, but with Dreamworld's, we know, is always around, whereas Movie World's is only to the 30th of June at this time. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. What do you think Movie World should do with the old Doomsday site? Yeah, look, we were talking about that before, and well, there's a couple of options there. Stranger Things Dark Ride, if they can get use now that Netflix potentially is part of Warner's, that'd be cool. Or maybe turn it into Spooky Island. Bring Trident over from SeaWorld, put it in there, and turn it into Spooky Island. Could be something like that. A couple of ideas. How long did you do for Singapore? We were in Singapore, I think 8 days, or was it 10 days? I have a feeling it was like eight or 9 days. I can't remember, but I think it was a week, at least a week. And it might have been just over a week actually, but a week is definitely long enough for Singapore. But I would plan and research first what you want to do when you go there. Definitely you want to do Sentosa Island. Yes, that's where Universal Studios is. So big tick for those of you on here who are theme park enthusiasts, right? So Universal Studios, Singapore. It's a smaller Universal, and it's not operated by Universal. It's operated by Resorts World Sentosa. Things are a little bit different there. The foods and the drinks are definitely a little bit different. However, the park's still awesome and amazing. I love it. So, yeah, it's an awesome park. Definitely worth a visit. And I'd even say 2 days. Well, a lot of people say to me, oh, you do that park in a day and it's done. Potentially. Maybe buy a 1 day pass and just see if you need to buy an extra pass. Probably my recommendation. But Sentosa Island has the luge. We did that, and there'll be a video out on that when I get to it soon, hopefully. They have beaches there, shops, restaurants. Um, it's beautiful. Uh, there's Singapore has like gardens by the bay, so the marina by the bay. That the three buildings with like the canoe sort of looking thing on top. Um, they have the Merlion opposite that, which is that white lion statue with the water coming out of its mouth. They have gardens by the bay, which the video I just dropped last week had the flower dome and the cloud forest. Amazing, incredible, incredible. Singapore is a very clean, safe, English speaking country. The subway systems every 4 minutes. You can catch a train anywhere, easy to use, cheap. You can use your Australian FPOS card, just tap on, tap off, and you just pop everywhere you pop up out of the subway is like a multi-level shopping center. Most of them, apart from when you go to Little India, that's very eye-opening. It's like you've just gone to India and you come up and you're like, where am I? It's not Singapore. Very different, and it is Little India because it is literally Little India. We still went there and explored and went to shops and had a good look around. It's interesting, really interesting place. But yeah, Singapore, we love it. We'd go back in a heartbeat. Actually, there's temples and things to see, which is really different and interesting. Um, it's expensive though to shop there. Food's not expensive. It's the like we went to an outlet shopping center like Harbour Town, or like indoor one like DFO or something like that, or yeah. And not Nike store, they have the usual like 40% off and that, but their 40% off prices were more expensive than our regular price here. So you wouldn't go there to shop. You might find the odd thing. We found some markets and a couple of cheaper t-shirts and things. Like they don't really have the knockoff stuff in Singapore. It's not really where you find that stuff. That's more like Malaysia and China. You'll get the knockoff gear. We only found really a couple of very small markets that had just some cheap knockoff t-shirts, really nothing else. Like, well, unless they're somewhere where we didn't explore or were shown, but it's just a beautiful place, and just experience culture, foods, and some of the attractions they've got there. You could do it in 5-6 days. I think we might have done 8 days. We had a couple of days just exploring, going on the subways and just exploring, and then just trying the foods and some traditional stuff. KFC have a breakfast menu over there, believe it or not. Actual breakfast menu at KFC in Singapore. And there's chicken on the menu, but also there's pancakes and the usual kind of stuff. So yeah, pretty interesting. Good place to go. I was at White Waterworld and I went to Dreamworld on Saturday, just gone. Well, I hope you had a great day there. It was hot too, I think. So I'm sure you would have enjoyed that. It looked busy too. Supernova's coming up. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. There's one of the actors, Henry from Stranger Things is going to be there. So it's worth getting a photo and an autograph for sure. Josh says, I ate at Stars on the weekend, ordered the chicken skewers. They came out with 3 of the tiniest pieces of chicken I've ever seen. Nice food, but not the best value. Yeah, you know what? I like chicken skewers, but I don't generally go and order them because for that reason, they're usually small or undercooked, I find. Like burnt, not saying I've had this at there because I haven't, but often they burn the skewer and the chicken's not cooked properly. But raw, All right. Oh yeah, Saudi Arabia. It was sorry, mate, you're right. That's near Turkey, isn't it? Where Qiddiya World is. Qiddiya, I can't pronounce it. Six Flags Qiddiya, I think it's called. Ileana's going to Carnival on the 14th. That's from the 28th of February to the 28th of March. Every Saturday night between then is Carnival. James is saying they should just put chairs and tables at Doomsday site. They could make it like a big fast food restaurant in there and theme it highly. They could do that. Maybe. maybe it's not going to be a ride. You could be right. You could be onto something there. Asta's excited for the street food festival. I can finally try yumpling dumplings and pork belly. I didn't go last year. So yeah, so you can get yumpling dumplings on the night markets. They're there every Friday and Saturday night, and yes, they are very nice. James is saying yumpling dumplings is frozen crap. Okay, let me tell you for one thing, they're made fresh. They're all made fresh. You can buy the frozen ones there, but I'm pretty sure the ones that they're making are the freshly made ones that they're cooking. His wife makes them, and then then they're cooked. I love them. Personally, I don't have a problem with them. So they're not when you say frozen, look, some might be, but then it's not like they've been bought from a shop freezer from Aldi or anything. They are freshly handmade and absolutely delicious. So yeah, I love them. I love them. Someone else is saying they're amazing as well. Yeah, it is a lovely family. That very nice people that own that. Excuse me. Yeah, I bought the frozen ones from there as well. Excuse me. To take home and to cook later, and they're easy. You just take them out, put them in the boiling water, and literally they're cooked in like minutes. Really good. Yeah. Yeah, if they are putting in the frozen ones, that they've made them fresh at home. Okay, they're not bought frozen ones. Just so you know, they are freshly made themselves. I know those people, and they are handmade, 100%. Maybe they have to be for transport reasons, made frozen and then put in like that. But I've never had any issues with them. Never had any cold ones or anything. Absolutely delicious. Big fella doing a few days in Singapore in May. Awesome. Enjoying your videos and your posting. Thank you very much. Do you think one day is enough for Universal with just a general admission? Yeah, look, if it's not like a holiday time there, if it's not busy, like busy time, I would say yes, but you got to really plan your day. Okay. So, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the time people will go to these places and they'll just go for it. No research, just go there and just, oh, we'll just do this now and not know what else is in the park and then miss stuff. You need 2 days if you're that kind of a person. But if you're a planner and you've researched the park, the layout of the land, look at the maps, they're online, check it out, make a plan. There's some shows, the pop-up shows there. Look, even the little Sesame Street dark ride, I would recommend doing it because it's highly themed. I did it and I enjoyed it. It's on my video. You've probably seen it. The Minions land is brand new. It's amazing. It's about a year old now, but at the other parks in the US and that the 40 or the 3D cinema, motion cinema, it's pretty cool. The couple of Battlestar Galactica roller coasters, they're pretty awesome. The Mummy ride is awesome. The Jurassic Park is awesome. They have the Waterworld stunt show there. There's a lot to do. All I would say is the food places. They do have a Starbucks there, which is maybe one of the safer options. We had eaten at the Shrek part of the park at the Goldilocks chicken place, and it was terrible. It was just disgusting. Nothing was good about it at all. The drinks included. The post-mix drinks there are terrible. You can taste it's like they don't filter the water, and it's like horrible tap water. I would always choose bottled water or cans of soft drink over post-mix, definitely. Um, yeah, just just the difference. It's just different, you know. Um, there is a few other places you can eat there. Obviously, I didn't eat in the Battlestar or the Sci-Fi Cafe. That looked pretty good, but again, the food isn't Americanized. Oh, they have a Mel's Diner actually there as well. That'd be like we didn't eat there. We should have probably. We wanted to try something different, but that would be burgers and chips and stuff. That might be a safer option. Um, but yeah, they have some shows on. Oh, you got to do the special effects attraction. It's 100% worth doing the special effects attraction. 100%, you got to do it. So there's things on there you just have to do, and um, yeah, I'd start with the day, but plan it properly, and then look if you've done the day and you go, gee whiz, I haven't done this, I didn't get time to do that. Then maybe you could plan another day to go back. Maybe have a day spare up your sleeve that you could perhaps book another ticket through Klook or something where you get discounts. Maybe do that. Or buy, I think Klook sometimes has a deal of buy one day, get one free. Um, the only thing is I'm not sure if the free day has to be the very next day or whether you can use it within 7 days kind of thing. So look into that as well. There might be some helpful hints there for you. But definitely, yeah, I love it. What do you think is best theme park on the Gold Coast to take your younger kids? Uh, I'd probably have to say Dreamworld. I mean, SeaWorld is definitely younger demographics, particularly that little kids love animals and see marine life and things like that. Um, yeah, maybe I don't know. It would be SeaWorld or Dreamworld probably. But of course, as we know, all of the parks, including Movie World, have younger kids areas of the parks. They have to because if you're going as a family, sometimes there's younger kids, middle kids, older kids in some families, and then the parents, of course. So you got to kind of have something for everyone. Something for the little kids, something for the older kids, something for the adults, or older kids and adults sort of thing. So but if you're thinking specifically just that, I would probably go SeaWorld just because it's more relaxed park, um, more things to see. The fish, the kids love looking at the aquariums under Shark Bay there, the little penguins and everything. There's polar bears, all those things to see and do, and you can touch the stingrays, pat them, and there's the little kids rides, Nickelodeon area as well. I'd probably say SeaWorld, but Dreamworld does have a lot to offer for that younger demographic too. But I'd say SeaWorld to choose one. Um, uh, 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 Yumpling dumplings are addictive. Yeah, before the sauces. That's right. That's why I end up having them just about every time. um, all right. Looks like people are having conversation about the dumplings. Yeah. Anyway, they're made fresh. Maybe they're frozen before they have to take them to the markets to keep them fresh, and then they cook them straight from there. They're definitely freshly made. They don't. They make the product themselves. They're not a store bought thing or anything. So yeah, that's the go there. All right. All right, let's get off the dumplings. I mean, dumplings are amazing, but yeah. All right, so what are we at now? Let's have a look. Thank you all again so much for all your interaction and questions. It's awesome. Magic Mountain. Oh, okay. So the Glenegg Magic Mountain was in Adelaide. We were talking about this a little bit earlier on. Um, Mahan saying he lost his breakfast on the dark ride in Disneyland by the Matterhorn. It's not good. Definitely not good. No, I didn't. Never went to the one in Adelaide. I've never been to Adelaide actually. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, um, sorry, just making sure I got the next one there. When does Wet and Wild close? Wet and Wild doesn't close. It's open all year round, and um, I think they'll close Calypso Beach though for from like April to September, the lazy river. Um, but Dreamworld's water park that will close pretty much April to September. That's seasonal park. Have I tried the Krispy Kreme at Coomera? What do you think? So you haven't obviously seen my content I've done on that particular venue. So yes, I have been there. If you check out my TikTok, my Instagram reels, even YouTube Shorts, you'll see a video there. I just did it in vertical format, so in Shorts format. We had the breakfast bagels and some donuts and coffee, and yes, spot on. Definitely a beautiful new venue, great location up in Coomera. Oh yeah, other people saying yeah, there's a YouTube video of him reviewing it. Yeah, not everyone sees everything. I get it. That's all cool. Um, what's the weather like in late April usually? So are you sorry? Is it Mitch Bennett? Are you talking about Singapore? Sorry, mate. If you're talking Singapore, I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm trying to keep track of everything. Singapore's humid 24/7, and we were there in May, and it was about 32, 34 degrees, about 90 odd percent humidity though. So you sweat the whole time, just sweat day and night, sweat. 30 degrees day and night, sweat. But if you're talking about Gold Coast, it's still warm here in April. I think you might be talking about Gold Coast, but either way, let's just either one, right? Gold Coast, April is still warm, but it's just starting to edge off a little bit. So come May, it's just you might look. It never really gets that cold here in the Gold Coast. So wintertime, yeah, jumper in the morning, maybe late afternoon. That's really about it. I was pretty much living in shorts most of the year, so apart from when I'm at work. Okay. Um, uh, John just saying he sent me some photos of Fast and Furious cars on my messages. Was that on? Oh, okay. Ah, okay. So Fast and Furious cars are back. See them at the Performance Pulse Expo, Brisbane Showground, 7th of March. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. I've never heard of it, so I'll have to check that out. Performance Pulse Expo. That's cool. Thank you. And for anyone else on here is interested in cars and things like that, 7th of March, Brisbane Showgrounds, Bowen Hills, and they have Fast and Furious cars there. That's pretty cool. I've seen the screen use ones at Universal and Hollywood, and incredible, really awesome. Do any of the Australian parks have problems with where they can place tall rides? Would Movieworld have any issue installing Trident? I reckon it'd be fine. Yeah, because they've got Batwing. there, and yeah, no, there'd be no problems at all. I reckon it would be good if it went there. I reckon it'd be good. Yeah, there's a lot of rain. There's a lot of rain coming to southeast Queensland this weekend. So if you're traveling to here, it's going to be bad. Like heavy, extreme rain, lots of rain, lots of rain. It's coming Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Heavy downpours, potential flooding. Still look, theme parks will still operate. They'll only close rides if there's lightning, and there could be afternoon storms. Maybe that's when they'll shut rides, outdoor rides, if there's lightning within 10-kilometer radius of the park. Other than that, if it's raining, usually the parks are quieter. Chuck a poncho, raincoat on, whatever. No queues, pretty much. Enjoy. It's good. Aaron says, "Hey Jaggs, I'm a big fan of your channel. When you see you without the glasses, mate, never." Now people know me. There's plenty of times. There's plenty of times. These are my prescription glasses, so I've got to read, otherwise I can't read. I never used to have prescription sunnies, but now I've got prescription sunnies. They're a necessity. I think Movie World could even putting another ride at the front of the park, like how there's Green Lantern on the left side. Maybe put another ride on the right side. They could do that. They built Green Lantern in in that creek. Like when they first said they're building a ride there, I was looking at that creek going, how the heck are they going to put a ride in the creek? I don't get it. Engineering, right? It's amazing. It's incredible. So yeah, wow factor. So they could definitely do that for sure. Although I don't know how because that area that backs onto is essentially the back kitchen areas of Stars and administration. So maybe there's no option, for traffic flow to the ride if they put one there. I don't know. So you never know, though. You never know. Hey, Ryder, thanks for jumping on, mate. No, it's all good. All good, mate. Appreciate you jumping on. Appreciate everyone on here. More rides on maintenance. Yeah, there's a few on at the moment. And the good thing with the ride maintenance is they will actually usually show you what's up and coming as well. So if you're coming to the parks in the future, you can check what the up and coming maintenance is. Therefore, if there's something that you really like, if you're like, I'm going to Movie World to ride Rivals, make sure you check the maintenance page, because if you coming from afar and you get here and it's down for 2 months or something, you're going to be pretty annoyed. So if you check all that out before you get here, less disappointment. Always pays to plan. Always pays to plan. Yeah, right. It was always good, mate. Always good to see you in park. I am sort of time poor now. I've got other things I do on Saturdays as well as filming. So I'm I'm always racing now against the clock. You went on Superman. You had to get evacuated off the ride. Oh, okay. It was the first time that you've experienced an evac. No good. Well, I take it was probably in the dark ride section, because I don't think the rest of the ride had actually even stopped. So I'm guessing. Yeah, the 15-minute delay, James. It's just that I'm behind on the comments. I'm behind in the comments. There's plenty more there, so it's not lagging or anything. It's me that's lagging. So apologies for that. So, Josh is off to Universal Singapore in May. He's gonna have a 24-hour layover there on his way to Korea. Looking forward to the Mummy ride. Yeah, it's actually a good one. I think it's the same as the Florida one. It's good. Yeah, Mummy ride is definitely one of the favorites. Ooh. Definitely one of the favorites. Hey Josh, I'm good, my friend. Thanks for jumping on. Yeah, look, I don't know. Maybe the post mix. Yeah, I'm just there's a comment there about the post mix machines. Maybe they're moldy. Maybe it's very humid over there. Maybe I just say drink from the cans. We didn't get sick or anything, but it didn't taste that great, you know. Seaboard monorail. Look, they've taken the track down. Just that piece essentially where it's sitting inside that the one train that's left is sitting. Not sure what's happening with that. Look, whether they will make that into an attraction, a walkthrough, a restaurant, I don't know. Maybe it's going to be left there for nostalgia reasons, but it's not looking in the best shape when I saw it a couple of weeks ago. Don't know what's happening. Nothing's been said. It's just sitting up there. So when we hear something, we'll always put it on the channel. Do you think they will have IPs for new mazes this year? I hope so. I really, although the ones that they do internally were pretty good. And keep in mind, no IP licensing to pay, so they can spend more money on the actual maze theming, lighting, sound effects, costuming, staffing. But when they're going to pay, like, those IP license fees are significant. Like they're in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. I think some of them are even more. So whilst it's cool, and I prefer to be walking through like a Halloween maze or a Friday the 13th, you know, whatever. But they still do a great job with the ones that they got there without the IPs. So yeah, there you go. They might bring some IPs back. Josh says in April he has a cruise leaving from Brisbane, a 34-day cruise to Alaska. And it's going to be his 26th cruise. Wow, that's pretty impressive. I've done one cruise for 5 days. And I could probably do one for like 7 days, but I don't think I could do a 34-day. I couldn't do it. After day 7, I don't know what I'd do with myself. But mate, that does sound amazing that to go to Alaska. Wow. Mate, that sounds incredible. Well, I hope you have an awesome time on that cruise. That sounds absolutely incredible. You have to let me know when you get back all about it. Sounds interesting. Have I ever done the Matterhorn at Disneyland? Yes, I have. In fact, I rode that for the first time in 1982, believe it or not. And then again, I think 2017, 2015, 2017 is the last time I rode it. Yeah, I love it. It's a good ride. It's a bit rough, but it's cool. Yeah, I do enjoy that ride. Josh still hasn't seen the new stunt show. It is definitely worth it, so make sure you do. Mahan says, I just realized I wasn't watching you live, 15 minutes behind. Yeah, sorry, that's me just being behind in the comments. Apologies for that. It's not behind as such. It's just I'm behind in the comments. I still don't get why Dreamworld doesn't finish up later on most night. Yeah, look, I think all the parks here just would benefit so much for doing extended trading most of the year, even if it is just the weekends and during all the school holidays. I think they'll benefit a lot from doing it. I really think the costs will I think the revenue will outweigh the cost. But they have analysts that work at those parks that probably tell them otherwise, potentially. You never know, though. You never know. Yeah, Spy Chase is awesome. Yep, the cop at the start that warms up the audience is awesome. It's a shame that the guy that was originally did the Police Academy, Mike, and he was there for the first launch of this. He's left now. They only had him on for a short contract time, but he has trained up a few more people, and I'm hoping that I haven't seen them yet, but I'm hoping they're just as good because it's so much fun watching that. There was an evac on Superman ride the other day just before the launch. Yeah, Ryder, who's on here, he was on that ride on the weekend. Excuse me. So yeah, he was on there. He said he had to get off. Oh, there he goes. He just commented. Yes, I was on that one. Jacob family. I'm still sore from riding the Matterhorn. That was 5 years ago. Yeah, it is rough. It is rough, but cool. It is cool. Heading to Singapore next week. Oh, wow, that's cool. Popping over to Universal. I suck at planning. How much for your day? How much for your day planning services? A ticket to Universal Singapore is how much it will cost you. Flights, accommodation, entry. Um, I'm always happy to help people out. But look, everyone likes different things. So I always suggest, just have a look at the park map online. Have a look at the attractions that are there. Work out what's most important to you. If you're like, okay, I love the Minions, maybe go there first and do Minions Land. Meet the characters. They have shows there. Um, they have an app as well, so check out the app. Download that one. The With the Minions area, there's a couple of different times we can meet them, and there's I think one time where you can meet the entire like cast of the Minions, like all the Gru and all the characters. Um, but you got to be quick for that one because they cut that off pretty quick. Again, it's all online or on the apps there. If you're not into roller coasters, but you love themed rides, then go and do like the Jurassic Park. And that Jurassic Park ride, by the way, is awesome. It's a water rapids ride, but it's really awesome, really cool. There's a Sesame Street dark ride that's cool. The special effects show. It's an attraction for all ages. You got to do that. It is cool. It's awesome. Love it. Shrek has the 4D cinema in the castle. They have another little roller coaster in that area, worth doing for sure. Minions Land has some small rides as well. That's pretty cool. And they have Minions Land have that simulated. It's the motion cinema. Really awesome. Really cool. Yeah, and there's just the Mummy ride is cool. If you're into coasters, there's the Battlestar Galactica coasters. The Transformers ride, they have a Transformers ride there. You got to do that. There's so many things. If the park's not too busy, you probably won't need fast pass or anything, but you can do single rider. Don't forget, I'd suggest that I use single rider a lot. They do have a ride very similar to Marisipi Motors. I wouldn't waste my time with that one. It's really slow and boring. So Marisipi Motors is 10 times better. Yeah, what else? They have another cool couple of different kinds of rides in like the Shrek area and kind of just past the Shrek area between there and the Jurassic I think in the Jurassic Park World area there's another cool couple of rides in there. You got to do them as well. It's a cool park, as I say. It's a cool park. Just get there right on rope drop opening, stay right to the end, and yeah, just work out what you want to do, what's more important to you. Maybe make it a little list, and then everything else is a bonus, I suppose. We didn't get any re-rides in on that day, but we got to everything we wanted to do. Probably could have done another day though, to be honest with you. Just to take more time, I think, but we're kind of rushing from A to B kind of thing. But it's cool. It's an awesome park. So good. Oh, you will pay for my flights. Oh, really? Well, there you go. You have to send me a message. Some good deals in Singapore at the moment too. I'm planning on heading back to Movie tomorrow. Riders going there. Awesome. I hope you have an awesome day. It's going to be a really hot day tomorrow. If anyone is heading outside anywhere tomorrow, theme parks or just outside, I'm talking about Gold Coast because obviously that's where I live. So it's going to be like 35 or something. Or 37. It's going to be pretty hot here. So hydrate and try and stay in the shade where you can, I guess, and sunscreen too. Do you know what food truck's going to be at the Street Food Festival? Not yet. Not yet, I don't. Sorry, not yet. They haven't. I don't think they've announced that yet. Okay, apologies. I am a bit behind in the comments, everyone. Yellow Submarine says, I take my daughter on the Looney Tunes driving school regularly, and I'm just wondering, do you know if some of the old river ride is still in the other half of the building? It's not. It's definitely not. In the other half of the building, and actually, the building is so big that that driving school is about a quarter of the building, maybe just over a quarter, not even half. The other half is there's floats stored in there. It's a tech services offices and workspace and everything. So there's definitely nothing of the river ride in there at all. Just the roof, the shell, the building. That is it. Unfortunately, nothing at all to see there. Good question though. Good question. Aston's saying he loves Pacific Fair, best place in the Gold Coast for shopping. Yeah, it's good. Harbour Town's good too, but they've got a lot of cool different stores at Pac Fair. Do you think Village Roadshow should buy Dreamworld? No. Nope, I do not think that at all. Keep it separate. But Disney could buy Dreamworld and expand it and spend their money there. Have you ever met Bungee Mark, the bloke who rode Hypercoaster heaps? No. I think I've seen the guy in the parks a few times, but I've not met him. No. James is saying he was born in 82, and I was riding roller coasters in 82. Giving away my age. What's on the ground in the soundstage that Superman escape launches from? Is that a ride maintenance area or park storage? It's ride maintenance, as far as I know. Definitely a ride maintenance for Superman area. Nothing storage in there, to the best of my knowledge, anyway. There's some green rooms and things in the back part of there, though. Good night, Shane. Says Josh rocks. No worries. Got to wake up early for work. No worries. Me too, actually. But good night. Thanks for jumping on. Maybe we should put the police officer at the park entrance before opening. They do. They've just started doing that. I was in there on Saturday, and as I went through the gate, there she was. She was right there. So they do. They've started doing that. Yeah, the guy that did the police academy, look, I think he does other things, including cruise ships and things like that, and he has his own gig going on. They brought him back for the opening of the new stunt show. Yes, we'd all love to see him there permanently, but I think he's on to bigger and better things now. But he trained up the new people that do it, so hopefully they've taken, all his qualities and put that into that role. Yeah, it was a 2-month contract. Yeah. Who's doing it now? There's a couple of different people doing it. And look, from what I've seen so far, they seem to be doing a good job. Do you think Dreamworld will invest in an app similar to Village? I hope so. I think they really do need an app. I think they really do need it. So I hope so. Ryder is used to going to the theme parks. Any sort of weather conditions? Yes, it's going to be really bad rain this weekend, but it'll be fine. Aston's saying it's 35 degrees in his class with no fan or aircon. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Yellow Submarine, thanks always. I wonder because it's sad about the Looney Tunes. It's sad to see the exit on the side because that used to be the exit for the river ride. I know that's true. Yes, it's a shame. Shane, you look about 45. Thank you for that. I thought I looked younger actually, but anyway. Age is just a number. Honestly, to be honest, I'm always a big believer of that. You just, whatever you're capable of at your age is just your age. Some people I've met people who are younger than me that look about 10 years older than me. So you can never pick it, right? You can never pick it. So anyway, everybody is different. Um, do you have any news from Movie World about what's going to replace Doomsday? Not yet. At the moment, they should make an announcement soon, though. Hopefully, this year we should see an announcement for Doomsday. Hopefully, soon. Actually, as soon as we hear, just it'll be on my Instagram. It'll be on my YouTube. 100%. Um, is Movie World like Disney World? Do they have underground areas for staff to move around the park? No, they don't. There's no underground areas at Movie World. It's just staff doors that go to back of house areas. No secret tunnels or anything. There is a few places where you can go out one door, go back of house for quite a way, and come through another door in another part of the park, but no underground or tunnels. It's just remember, Movie World is basically like all the buildings are fake facades and things, and um, behind the park is all the the administration and all of the technical services and costuming and all those places and behind the scenes storage and that kind of thing. So and there's doors here and there that goes into the park from behind, but no secret tunnels or underground tunnels like there is at Walt Disney World. I would love to go through those tunnels at Walt Disney World. I think it was a really smart thing they did when they built that park to do that. Makes so much sense to do that. Riley's in his 20s. Yeah, he's actually in his late 20s, Riley. I won't give his exact age in case he didn't want that shared, but he's in his late 20s. Family Odyssey. How does Fast Track and Movie World work? Is it unlimited? No, it only gives you entry to. I think they've just changed it recently. So I haven't got the exact detail. It should be online though, but I think it's just priority entry to. I think it's 4 or 5 of their rides for once. That's it. It's no unlimited. I think initially when we introduced that, when I worked there originally, it was when I was there when we introduced it. We had an unlimited offer, and then we had a small offer, but it was way cheaper then. I think we introduced. I think it was like 20. They made a $25 one. I think it made like a $50 one. Now I think it's. I don't even know what it is. A couple $100, 100 and something. It's expensive as anything. And if you're a family and you want all to do it, I don't know how. I don't know how. It's just so expensive. My suggestion always is, where possible, and it's not always possible, but where possible, maybe do single riders. Even if you're there as a family, right? Do single riders. But if you're only there on holidays and it's super busy and it's peak, maybe go on different. If you can get multi-day pass, and then have a plan. Okay, on this day we're going to try and get these 3 rides done, no matter what the queues. And I'd always try and get at the parks right on opening, so you can get in there and go to your first favorite ride first before the queues start to hit. You could even probably get to your second and maybe your third ride, and the queues still won't be too bad. I'm talking peak period here. But probably by the time you get to your third, you'll be stuck in a bit of a queue. But if you do multi days and you can plan it like that, and then whatever else you can do is icing on the cake, I guess. Is there any Queensland Police Academy behind the scenes videos? Would love to have seen how the show operated from backstage. I don't believe so. Not that I've seen. I would always suggest just searching YouTube. Like, you never know, there could be one there, but keep in mind, they unless it's been done like a documentary for television. Generally speaking, behind the scenes there's no filming policy, um, unless it's approved, sort of thing. So I'd probably say you probably won't find anything. Unless some TV crew went in and did a documentary on it, that might be a different story. Is it worth to do the breakfast with the stars? Check out the video I did on that. It's actually a short video on YouTube and Instagram, TikTok. 100% yes. If you're an annual pass holder, there's an annual pass holder price. That's good value for money. The full price one, which I actually paid the full price because I went on opening day before they had the pass holder special. Um, I still think it was value for money. I didn't dislike it or anything. The food is excellent, so it was fine. Um, but yeah, I'd recommend it for sure. In fact, I'd go back to it. I'd do it again, 100%. Um, Asthmatic says, I'm being really picky, but I want Movie World, Wet and Wild, and SeaWorld to buy more land and expand, but no hotels, just rides. Would all love to see that. I don't think SeaWorld can expand too much more unless they reclaim some more land somehow there. But um, yeah, definitely Movie World probably have room to. Wet and Wild definitely, I believe, has land available. But yeah, I think we always would love to see more rides. You go to the theme parks in the States and they have way more, most of them have way more rides. So yeah, that would be certainly pretty awesome. When was the last time you did the giant drop? Last time I rode it was one of the night events. I can't think which one. It was in the last 12 months anyway. And it was a nighttime. And yeah, I think the nighttime drop is the best. I like it better than the daytime drop personally. So everyone's different. Is the cop same still the name? Actually not too sure. Sorry, I'm not sure on that one. What type of ride do you think Dreamworld will implement next? And whereabouts would have to be where motor coaster is. Hopefully some kind of water ride, whether that's a water coaster, a log ride, or something similar. Um, that's what they'd have to be putting in next for sure. I would think that would be what they would put in next. Were you working in the parks when Police Academy closed? Were you able to keep any memorabilities from the show? I was working there when it was still Police Academy, and then also when it closed and when it became stunt driver as well. No, I don't, and I don't think I don't know. I know a couple of people that have. Some of the police cars were sold off, but if you go to Rex Cafe and have a meal in there. I think this is still there. Up on the mezzanine floor, you look up and there is some. I think there's this police academy sign from the show up there. I don't know what else is up there from that show specifically. I don't know if there's anything more than the signage, but check it out next time you're there and see what you think. Brendan, still waiting for my cruise video. Yes, it still will come out. Don't worry. Gonna have to redo how I do that video because that particular ship it still sails around the world, but it's not doing the one that we did here anymore. But yep, still got the footage. Again, that's a big edit. That one. It might have to be over a few videos, but yeah, I'll get to that. I will get to that. I'm also eagerly waiting for myself to do that video. Do you think they will do anything with the land next to Taipan with the volcano? Is potentially. Yeah, I think that'll whether it's a ride there or whether it's going to be part of the new development. I think it may be something more like that that might use some of that space. We'll have to wait and see. Last Monday was good at Movie World. Everything was operating and a walk on. That's awesome. That's pretty awesome. Add more shade to the parks entrances. Yes, I think, yeah. We need it. We need shade. What department did you work in at Movie World? Mate, I was Batman. Can't you tell with my physique? Nah, I was in retail. I was a retail manager and also was a retail operations group retail operations manager as well. Moved up the chain. I'm surprised that nothing has happened to Motorcoaster yet. I think because they haven't announced. That's what I think. So they've taken the signage and everything down, but once they announce what they're doing, then I think it'll happen. But Maybe it's a next year project. Maybe. Apparently, it was running without riders for a couple of days after it closed. Maybe it's getting sold to another park. You never know. Yeah, Brandon, you might be right there. You never know that you could be right. And I'd do that too. I'd do that. Anton, how are you, my friend? Yeah, mate. Yeah, we're every second Wednesday we're on live unless something comes up and we have to cancel or postpone. But yep, 7:30 p.m. Queensland time. We're here. We're here. I wish Movie World would bring back Arkham Asylum. I hated that ride. It got cut to pieces and scrapped, so that ride doesn't even exist anywhere. But I think I think that same exact ride though, replica of that does exist somewhere in the world, and I have a feeling it might be in. I'm probably going to get this wrong, but I thought maybe it might be in Movie Park Germany. I could be wrong, but it might be there. Europe anyway. I'm pretty sure it's over there somewhere. So yeah. Evening, how are you? Yes, thank you. I am very well, thank you. Thank you for asking. Thank you for jumping on the live. Emma, thank you. I think they should start because it would be like Doomsdays. Yeah, they don't want it sitting there for too long. But knowing Dreamworld, they'll announce it, then they'll put signage up, so we'll know what's happening there. Were you surprised when they closed Police Academy? And did you expect it to follow? Do you expect it to the following show to be IP based? Yeah, I mean, it was. See, at the time, I guess it was running for so many years that I guess you think at the time, okay, it's done, it's dashed, that's final curtain call. It's not till now that you go, geez, that was so good, and why did they ever get rid of that? You know, it's decisions are made at the time for certain reasons. Like when they got rid of the whole tram tour at Movie World, behind the scenes, the sound stages. The reason was they don't make movies like that anymore. They don't do sound effects like that anymore. It's all digital. It turned digital. So they decided to scrap it. Fact of the matter is, though, people still love to see that kind of stuff, right? I do. So it's a real shame that they got rid of that because my favorite thing to do when I go to Universal in Hollywood is a tram tour. Bit different, though. That studio is the working studio. Like all the major movies Universal have done were done there. You know, like it's the real deal, and that's the difference. It's the real deal, and they've incorporated some attractions and fun things in that ride. It's so cool. It's my favorite. But yeah, it's a shame they got rid of that at Movie World. But yeah, things are done at the time for certain reasons, I guess. So. Did you ever work with Denise? She trained me for my retail seasonal role years back. I believe she has left the park now. Denise, yes, I worked with Denise and the nephew. That's just a joke. Yes. She was my team leader for department store and trainer. She is the best, 100%. Yeah, Movie Park Germany. Yeah, so they've got a. If you want to ride Arkham Asylum or Lethal Weapon, go there. Ethan says, "Hey Jaggs, do you know what time of the year Movie World passes go down in price?" I don't think Movie World's prices ever go down, do they? I don't. I know Dream Worlds have specials around Black Friday, so maybe around that time, or maybe end of financial year, so end of June. Maybe check end of June or Black Friday, which is around November, early mid-November. Do you think the theme? Do you think Sunshine Coast should get more theme parks? Well, there is that future thing being built that we are talking about earlier. That could potentially be being built, and there's indoor and outdoor theme parks there. So yes, I think potentially, absolutely, and there's the land for it, and I think it's becoming more popular and popular to people to go there. So yeah, I think absolutely, definitely, I'd go there. The behind the scenes movie making experience was so interesting. It was, wasn't it? They would show you the sound effects, production, etc. It was great. One of my favorite rides was the Lesser the Lost Mine at SeaWorld. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That definitely was cool. Yeah, like there's so many awesome rides back in the day, and they got rid of them all. It's crazy. A movie bill could add the attraction, but Fright Night's mazes are. Yeah, there's definitely landing behind there, obviously, um, for sure, including lots of snakes up there. Movie world could add. Okay, yeah, we read that. What do you think the most hated or abandoned ride out of all the Village Roadshow theme parks is? Hated or abandoned ride out of all the Village Roadshow. Well, Doomsday, that's gone now. Obviously, it's been taken down, but that was definitely not popular. Yeah, I don't think I don't know what else. I don't know. I can't really think of anything else, to be honest, at the moment. Do you think anything else will be added to the Dreamworld Tower? I don't think so, but you never know. You never know. Maybe they are bringing back Tower Terror in a different new format. You never know. Do you think Logan should add theme parks? Nah, I don't think. I think Sunshine Coast. It's got to be in a tourist destination. Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast. Yeah, the GC has three theme parks, and they're also close to each other. They certainly are. They certainly are. Oh yeah, the Viking ride. That's right. Yeah. No worries, Ileana. We just chit chatting. You can always watch the live afterwards to catch up. Remember, it's always on YouTube as well. Um, I love your claw figure in the background, Shane. Thank you, Ethan. Yeah, I was very privileged to have been gifted that from Dreamworld. And I don't ask for anything at all. It was actually offered as a gift. When I was doing a video with the project manager for King Claw before it opened. So I was very it's very privileged. It was amazing, and like I blew my mind. I never ever expected I would get anything from any park like that or like that. Or is it there? Blew my mind. Still blows my mind every day. And I know there were some people that were always asking for a claw, but I actually don't. I know they did give a few out, so I don't know. I think I know of one other, maybe two other people that got one, but I don't know how many they gave out or who was everyone that got one. I really don't know. So, but yeah, they said it was a gift for all of the years of. I've been doing this for 7 years or 8 years now, I think. Of all the positive videos and support for Dreamworld, and I'm like, wow, okay, well, that's amazing. Thank you. Like, I just couldn't believe it. And they said, don't sell it. It'll never be sold. Maybe for $1 million. I might consider it for $1 million. Actually, yes, that'll be how much I would sell it for. I would sell that for $1 million. No one would pay $1 million for that though, so it'll never be sold. What would be your favorite street show at Movie World, past or present? Street show. Look, I kind of don't really like one thing specific. I got to say though, I do like. Okay, so the Good Citizens Awards are kind of a bit over the show. It's not a bad show or anything. When you've seen it so many times, If you've seen it for the first time, it's really, really awesome. But what I like in that show is the fight scene with Batman, Robin, and the Joker's henchmen. I love that. Also love the fight scene with Catwoman and the police officers in that Cat show. Um, because I think the fight scenes are looking more and more realistic. Now and then you'll see one that the punch is a little bit far away, but I've seen a few there that I reckon they've taken a few punches and looks pretty real. And I'm like, wow, this looks pretty impressive, and realistic. So I like that. But what I do miss wasn't so much a show, but when they had the parade with the Spooky Island floats, and then they had the ghost that flew across Main Street from the movie. I love that. So that was pretty cool. I miss that. I really think the experience, design, construction staff, dressing up, etc., makes such a positive experience in parks like Movie World. Definitely, some of that charm has been lost. Like when you go to, like, I was in Florida last year. I mean, all the Universal parks there, Epic Universe. Before it opened, it was open, but only to invited people. It hadn't opened to the public yet when I went. But for example, any of the lands you walk into, the people are themed to their land. You go to the Harry Potter land, and everyone's in that attire, and you're transported and immersed in that area. And Movie World used to do that. They used to have themed uniforms for the retail and food staff, and then different attractions. People would be in different costuming, themed to the rides, and it just made more of a connection and made it more immersive. Now everyone just wears the polo shirt and the shorts. It kind of, yeah, you're right. It's lost a bit of that charm or something. You're right. I guess there was such a huge cost to running individual styles of uniforms, laundering them and everything. Whereas now it's just a basic corporate polo, shorts, do your own washing. Essentially, I think Movie World staff still take their own uniforms home, but I think Dream Worlds have all of their uniforms, I believe, like, are laundered on site. So I think you rock up to work in t-shirt, whatever. Then you go and pick up your uniform, get changed, and then do your day, then take it back at the end of the day. Then they launder it all on site. I believe that's how Dream World works. But Movie World, now they just got the polo and their shirts. You just take it home, launder it yourself. But yes, there's you go to Disneyland, they're all themed. Most other theme parks are all themed in the world. Last week, we were going through old family holiday pics and noticed that the Roadrunner roller coaster used to have Wily and Roadrunner on the front and back of the trains. Ah, yeah, they did an upgrade to those trains a few years back, so maybe that's when they got rid of those. That's interesting. You should share those photos, maybe, if you choose to. I'm not sure if you have Instagram or what have you, post it on there, or if you want to post them, I can post them for you and tag you as the owner of the photo, and put them up for people to have a look at. If not, that's fine. Do you think Aussie World could buy the motor coaster? Maybe Aussie World could buy the motor coaster. It'd be a good fit for up there. Also, Gambier World would be a good fit, I feel. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, it will get sold and used elsewhere. I can't wait to try King Claw. I see it all the time on the highway. It's definitely worth checking out. I've heard rumors that both Movie World, Wet n Wild will close for a year so they can remodel the whole park, but there is no chance of that happening. They would lose a lot. Yeah, there's definitely no way. I mean, wow, if that ever happened, the money would be crazy. No, what they would do though is, if they were remodeling the whole entire park, they would do it in sections and stages. There's no way they would close that whole park for the whole year. All the jobs, all the people's jobs, couldn't do it. Buy a mansion in the Gold Coast if you sell that claw for $1 million. Mate, unfortunately, mansions are worth way more than $1 million now. the average house price on the Gold Coast, and this is average, is over $1 million now. That's average. That's just an average house. That just looks like an average home. It's not a mansion. That's the mansions are like 3, 4, 5 million, probably 4, 5 million, probably 3 to 5 million. That's the mansions. So I could maybe get a mortgage on a average home for that price. Yeah, for sure. Or do more travel. I'll probably do more travel. That'll be that if someone did pay me $1 million for that, I could probably do YouTube full time and create a lot more content and travel and do so many things. So yeah, all it is money, isn't it? If you want to do things in life, you need money. When you haven't got much of it like me, then most of us probably in the same boat. You can only do so much that you can do. So anyway, you got to be happy in what you do, though. You got to be positive in what you do, and that's important. Okay. I'm just looking at the time. We're gonna probably gonna wrap this up very soon, guys. But I'm almost at the end of all your comments there, so I just want to make sure everyone's had a chance to have their comment read out. If I have missed you, again, sincere apologies, not intentional. Always chuck me a message on Instagram. Happy to chat there or answer your questions, of course, on there. Ileana went to Disneyland and Tokyo. That's right. And Disney Sea as well. I'd love to go to those two parks. I heard they're amazing. One day, maybe. Brendan said, one of your last videos, you said there is a possibility that Motor Coaster getting rethemed and upgraded. Is that now definitely out of the picture? Look, all it is, when they invited me to come in, when they sent me an email saying that Motor Coaster's closing, they said the wording was something along the lines of, it's exciting to see it's closing to get ready for the next chapter for Motor Coaster. The next chapter. So it can mean a few things. It could mean the next chapter is it's getting rethemed, and it's now getting the next chapter is it's now a rethemed version of that with new trains. Maybe it's not motorbikes, Or the next chapter could mean it's getting dismantled and resold and pop up somewhere else. That's the next chapter for it. It could be redeployed to another park somewhere, which would be a good thing, right? Next chapter for the space that the Motor Coaster was in. So it could mean a couple of things. So it could mean it's getting rethemed. Because also we did hear that comment probably 6 months ago about and that was from an inside source about discussions of retheming the ride and the area. So and that would mean those trains to come off that track and a different style of train on there. But I really feel that they would probably sell that coaster and build something else there. And I think that's why we haven't seen an announcement, maybe because I think the funding will have to come out of next year's budget, not this year. So you'd probably see an announcement this year, but it'll probably be a 2027 December opening. I would think. That's my opinions. Haven't heard from the horse's mouth or anything. So that's all with that. That's all. Yeah. So we don't know. It could still be getting rethemed. You never know. Yeah, we're in a housing crisis. Houseboat. I don't know about a houseboat. Emma's off. Thank you very much. We're going to wrap this up anyway. So thank you, Emma. Thank you all who have been on here the whole time, or even if you've just popped in for a while. We are going to leave that there now for tonight. If you see me in the parks, always say a quick hello. No problem whatsoever. Happy to get a photo, what have you. If it's a night event, it'll be a really quick hello because I've got to keep going. Even the people that know me, I've got to say, yep, I see you all the time. Here's a quick hello. I've got to keep going because the night events, I'm under the pump to get the video done. Just telling you now, I'm not being rude or anything. It's just those night events are so short that I've got a lot to get done in that time, and hence why always happy to stop and say hi. But yeah, we'll have to keep moving. But anyway, I just want to say a really big thank you to everyone who's joined me on this live tonight, taking time out of your Wednesday evening whilst Maths has been on, and whilst I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here has been on. Other shows that, are more important and fun to watch than me. But thank you for those that have been on here. A lot have been on here for the whole time, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate everyone's comments and interaction. That's what we do. It's all about chatting about the parks, and I do have a theme park knowledge from being working in the parks and that kind of thing over the years, and have been visiting other parks around the world. Wouldn't say all around the world, but certain parks around the world I've been lucky enough to visit, and hopefully get to some more in the future as well. So, but yeah, so go and watch the rerun of Maths now. That's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to go to bed. Actually, I got an early start in the morning. But thank you all so much again for being on here. I really do appreciate everyone's support. Don't forget to, if you're not already subscribed to Jaggs Juniors on YouTube, which I'm sure you are, if you're not, free to subscribe, hit that subscribe button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget, I do upload regularly on Instagram, particularly, and I do post on there daily. So, stories and posts on Instagram. Give us a follow on there if you could. That'd be great. TikTok, there'll be stuff on there from time to time as well. And obviously YouTube's my main channel. The weekly uploads on a Sunday night usually as well. All right, that's all the formalities. Uh, big Bigfoot vlogs just jumped on. That's okay. If you're a bit late, that's fine, because once we jump off here, you better rewatch it again live on YouTube as well at your own pace. So it'll be on there. So no worries. You better catch up on everything we spoke about. And yeah, so I just want to say a big thanks again to everyone. Always appreciate everyone's comments and for being on here. And I hope you all have an awesome week this week and the weekend. A lot of rain around the Gold Coast. Take care. Try and do something fun if you can in the rain, at the parks even. Never know. You might see me there. I don't know if I'll get there this weekend. I've got to try and get some other videos done. Anyway, guys, good night to everyone. We're all off to watch Maths now, but have a great week. And yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next journey. Good night.